Welcome to Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana.
And Marnie.
Did it properly this time.
I did!
No, I did it properly this time.
Oh.
Last week I just said that everyone's name.
Yeah, you were really over it last week. Yeah. I don't know who pissed you off, but I paid the price.
Yeah, the energy is shifted. And so is the temperature.
Yeah, the vibes are, we're hot. I mean, Shoshana's not hot, but I'm roasting.
I'm not there yet. Give it next week. The heat, the summer's gonna come. Like, yeah. Ud.
That's supposed to be unts.
Yeah, that. You know what I'm saying.
Wow, ud is a different mood. It's a different mood. Let us know what mood that is, because I've never heard of ud. Ud feels like it's time to leave the club, actually.
It's true, like, the noise is too
turned
much.
into one dull thud in my head. I've got a headache.
That is why I feel in the club. It gets to a point, the first couple of songs, when the DJ hits it right, I'm like, yes, I'm ready. I'm so happy to be here. And then they hit that rubbish song. And then they do a follow-up with another rubbish song. And I'm like, you know what? I could be in my bed right now.
Shoshana, I want to commend you because I remembered something the other day and I was like, wow, Shoshana's really come a long way.
What happened?
I remembered the time that we were on holiday and we went to the club and you shoved somebody because they were walking past you and you didn't like that.
No, you're making it sound like
no, tell the truth.
I just had some, issue about them. It was because they were coming too close to us. They were.
Shoshana, I was there and the person was not even near you and you were already in a mood. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah.
That was the point.
And Shoshana, back in the day when she was over, she just fighting in the club.
No, come on.
Aggressive.
I would never.
Shoshana is not like an aggressive person.
You can't call a black woman aggressive.
Yes, I can. When I know the black woman, I can. Shoshana is like very even killed. It's really hard to push her buttons.
Yeah.
If she's had a drink, honey, and you look at her wrong, she's jumping over the table. She's knocking the table up.
That's
flipping tables. Be like, don't even look at me.
It's highly unlikely.
Speck.
That doesn't happen.
And we're in a foreign country.
Yeah.
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 We should be setting a good example.
I mean, we're in a foreign country where
you don't like British people, first of all.
And definitely don't like the blacks.
Oh. I was going to say it.
We were just talking about the blacks. But we are black, so.
Here comes Shoshana being like, these people are rude. Everybody in this club is rude. We're like, Shoshana, it's fine. Let's just get another drink. This guy didn't even, I wouldn't say he was a foot away from you. You just,
I was
like you're in primary school.
Yeah, I was over it.
We said, okay, now we have to go because Shoshana is going to get us kicked out of this club.
Also, I would add, I was a bit hungry as well. I was checking, I was Googling KFC locations nearby. That's really bad.
And we ended up going to Burger King.
Yeah, because there was no KFC inside.
No KFC.
Yeah, I think at that stage, actually we're in our early 20s, but I was starting to get to that point where I was sort of over the clubbing life.
Do you remember when you fought your friend in the club?
That wasn't a fault. We had a disagreement.
You guys were being mean. You were being mean to her.
She was not. We're not gonna pick this up. We're done.
Being mean to her.
We're done.
It's
all
been
of us
years.
Like,
Shoshana, relax. No, this isn't right.
Decades have moved on.
I know, but that's what I wanted to say. I'm commending you on the fact that you've really changed as a person. You've obviously gone and done the work. You saw.
Thank you.
You looked in the mirror on one of these nights and you said, "I don't like who I'm becoming. I'm going to go away and reflect and try and be the kind of drunk that doesn't fuck people." And I love that for you. That's never been my vibe.
What's your vibe? So when you're drunk, what do you do?
I'm just overly friendly to people. I feel like you're just the most yourself, and what I'm learning about you is that you're deeply, deeply angry woman.
No. As I said many podcasts ago, and I will continue repeating until we finish this podcast, I'm a chill person. And deep, deep, deep down, I just like to have a bit of a joke, bit of a smile, bit of a dance.
I'm more of the person who's like, my unfiltered, the filtered version of me is just, I remember one time me and my friend were in the smoking area and this person came out and was like on a vape and I was like, oh, people who vape are so arrogant. Really loudly. I just was just talking. And then the person was like, are you talking about me? And I was like, if the shoe fits. And then we started talking, but that's like, really, that's me flirting.
I was gonna say, yeah, was it a guy? Okay.
It wasn't a guy. It was just a person.
Oh, okay,
it was
just a
person vaping. I just like talking to people.
Oh, you mean
when
you
I'm
like
drunk. I like to make friends.
pushing people's buttons? I do notice. I
Doing
know.
poke and a prod.
I do notice a lot of my friends have that quality when they're out. Maybe with a few drinks in the system, they get really talkative.
Yeah.
With other people.
I'm like, what's your vibe?
Whereas I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, no, I'm happy to stay with my circle.
Shoshana is very much. Have you seen that? The meme of Saucy Santana where he's like wearing the sunglasses and just sitting and.
The worst thing, I don't even know who Saucy Santana is.
You don't know who Saucy Santana is?
No, don't ask me. I don't know anything about this
I'll show
boring
you
world.
after.
Yeah.
Well, he's a rapper.
I'm sorry. With a name like Saucy Santana,
Yeah.
I thought I was expecting to start doing like
He's best
voguing.
friends with. Do you know who the City Girls are?
Yeah.
You know who Carisha is?
Yeah, the one that's going out with
He's
Diddy.
like best friends with Carisha.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. When you have a name like Saucy Santana, you're giving me ballroom, you're giving me queer
It
eye.
does have a BBL.
Yeah, fam, I'm right.
Anyway, yeah. Shoshana is
Also-
very much so, or if you've not seen that meme, imagine like you're in the club, yeah. There's the types of people in the club, there's the people dancing. Shoshana's soul is the girl who's wearing the sunglasses who sat down at the table being like, I don't want to be here.
No.
That's your soul. In
Okay,
reality,
deep down.
you're up dancing with everybody else. But,
But
deep
deep
down,
down-
you'd love to be as the girl who's just sitting down with her sunglasses will be like, why am I here?
No, let's be for
Just
real.
looking good.
Let's-
Guys coming up to her, she's like, no,
Yeah.
no.
No,
Get away from me, you're broke.
No.
Energy.
Let's be for
Who
real.
told you could talk to me?
No.
That's what she's trying to wish in her heart. That's what she wishes. She
No,
was doing.
deep
But
down.
instead, she's just out here living a life, doing a bit of a boogie. But I like to think that in your head, you're actually sat down. You're dancing in real life. In your head, you're just dreaming about sitting down and being not dancing and minding your own business. Sitting in a cab, going home.
No,
That's where
you
are.
know where I am? I'm in bed. I'm dancing thinking, oh, I could be asleep right now.
I think
That's how and actually the fact that you can see that scares me. It's scary.
I know that about you.
That's scary.
I know that about you. I'm also a person dancing in a club. Who am I? My soul though? I'm the person in the smoking area I'm the person in the toilets who's being like, someone's crying.
Yeah.
And I'm going up to them and I'm like, listen, he's not worth it. He's not worth it. You need to come out here, have this shot, dance with me and my girl. She's going to have the best night of her life. That's what I'm always hoping about the adventure that I go on and like.
Has that ever happened?
Yes.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's actually
I've
nice.
made friends in toilets quite a few times, but I think it's because I was a crying girl. And they're like...
You can relate.
Or often what happens is, because I get really chatty and I just sort of vocalise my thoughts, I'm just going up to people and I love your outfit. And then I make friends with them.
Oh, that's nice. I do. I mean, every now.
She's like everything.
Yeah, I don't. Every now and again, I'm like, great. You look really nice, and I walk off. I'm like,
Never
well,
to be seen again.
yeah. What am I going to say to that? And I would definitely not be talking to guys. Absolutely not.
I'd be talking to guys, but I'd be like...
I won't even give them a look. You know, there's that whole thing like you give them a glance and then you do a double glance, and then when you do a double glance,
I've
they
never
know.
ever given a man a look in my life.
No.
I've been thinking about this recently because it's like people are like, oh, do you know what it was? Fantana on Young, Famous and African was like, yeah, basically I get whatever I want. When I give a man a look, it's on, and I was like, I don't think I have the look. I don't
What's
know
the
what my
look?
look would be.
I think okay, don't get me wrong. I have looked at a guy before and he's looked me right in the eye, but then I just look away. I'm like, why are you looking at me? Then I look again just to double check, and I look confused and I don't smile.
Okay, right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're in the bar, and you see the man of your dreams.
Yeah.
And the only way you can communicate to him is to give him a look that says, come over here.
Yeah.
What is the look?
Don't do.
No,
the worst
see
thing.
it, but I will commentate.
I don't think I even know what the look is.
No, that's why we make one up now. Because I agree with you. I don't have one. But what would it be if
Let me get into the zone.
Okay, get into character. I'll narrate.
No, I feel like
Shoshana's walked in. Shoshana's standing at the bar. She's wearing a gorgeous dress.
What's your
This is
description?
after an awards ceremony.
Ooh, I
where
like this.
She's won a lifetime achievement
Okay.
award at the tender age of 31. They were like, you are the best at what you
I'm
do.
trying to like get it. Okay.
She's gone up to the bar. She's like to the barman, I'll have what's your drink of choice?
A
Don't mess this up, because you're on the.
Malibu lemonade.
I'll have a Malibu lemonade. That's what she wants. And the bartender's like,
Actually, sorry, a glass of a glass of. I really wish I knew like a fancy name for a rosé, but a glass of rosé. House.
he's like, hey, because you're a winner tonight, all of your drinks are comped.
Okay, I have a glass of Sabi B.
He pours you the drink. You say cheers, and then you turn around because you're about to find somewhere to sit, and you see the most gorgeous man you've ever seen in your entire life, and he looks at you and he smiles, and then you need to communicate a look right now that says, "Come talk to me over here."
I'll be honest, I wouldn't even be. I would like glance over. And
No, he
glance
smiled
back.
at you. You've made eye contact, and he smiled.
I'll be like,
damn. For the listeners, she looks deeply uncertain.
Yeah,
and, like,
I am.
Please don't talk to me.
yeah, I am. That's just realistic. Now, that's one glass in. 3 glasses in.
Okay, let's try again. You've got up. This is the third time you've got up to the bar now. You're kind of wobbly on your feet. You're like, can I get the house wine? And he says,
The house wine?
the house wine.
The house wine.
And he says, absolutely, like I
Okay.
said, you don't have to ask. It's all comp tonight. This is a free bar.
But I still keep on going. Okay.
The guy is now also at the bar. He's ordering, so he's next to you.
Okay, then at least I'll be like,
Sorry for the listeners. For some reason she's turned around to do. It looks like almost finger guns at this guy. Hey,
look at hey. Or I'll just like smile. I like I don't know.
look, this is giving goofy.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
You're at the height of your confidence.
But
You've
even
just
but
won
in the
an award.
but even the height of my confidence, I will still be a little bit goofy. This is what happened at
Okay.
drinks on Tuesday.
Did you just meet the love of your life?
No.
So this doesn't come
No.
with that. Okay,
But-
if you're not gonna smile, what's your opening gambit?
I'll be like, sorry, were you in the queue? I'm sorry. That is a very natural line. Oh, sorry that I jumped
Is
in.
that the story that you want to be told
Yeah.
on your wedding day?
He's been waiting all his
We
life.
were both at the
He's
bar
been-
and she said,
he's
are you
been-
in the queue?
he's
And
been-
that's when I knew she was the one.
He's been in the queue all his life waiting for me. And now I've arrived.
Is that
So-
what you're going to say to him?
No, that's
I
why
feel like that would be better.
that would be the wedding story. But
Like, are you in the queue for me? Or
no.
Play the
I
theme music.
honestly, if it was the case, I would just keep on like looking, and then just laugh.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
No game.
No game at
funny,
all.
no game,
I'll be
that's
like,
crazy.
haha. I'm like, or you just do like, you look familiar. Like I feel like I've seen you somewhere.
Yeah, I presented your award.
Really? Oh hey, thank you so much.
Okay. So,
I
obviously,
did I be like-
didn't rate me at all. You
I was
didn't
like, oh,
recognise-
were you in the queue before?
Oh, you're going to follow up again with the way you were thinking.
I'll be honest, the way you in the queue is really started conversation. Sorry, were you in the queue? I didn't mean to. Oh,
Yeah, I
and then-
was.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. You go.
Thanks.
What are you gonna have?
Can I order a milk?
That ends the conversation. That's the end of the conversation.
1 glass of milk.
You know,
please?
and I'll be like, there's a Tesco down the road.
Sorry.
There's a Tesco down the road.
Sorry.
There is a Tesco down the road. If you
Can't
wanna...
hear you, the music's loud. Sorry.
Nah, I'm not coming closer to you. Fam.
Do you know I was thinking like that? You repeated it again. I'd have walked away from
Yeah.
you. I'd be like, this is going
You're
so
idiot
badly.
so badly.
I'm not repeating this again.
I mean, I think other times when I end up talking to someone at the bar, but normally it's like something stupid like, something to do with what's going on with the bar, like, why is there a queue, or
Stop talking about
the
queues.
queue, or is there a good drink, or like something stupid. That's the only thing that would got me to like continue a conversation. And I'm sorry, I just don't have the look. I'm a laugher or a grafter.
You don't graft because you don't look. And
No,
you
I'm
don't have
grafter
any
in
lines.
life. What would you say?
What would I say?
Okay, sorry. What would be the look you gave first, and then what would you say? Go on.
Right, I'm at the bar. I see the love of my life. I'm like, damn, that's the love of my life. I actually forgot I would just say that to them.
Come off, be
Like-
for real.
You look like the love of my life.
How many drinks would you have had in your system?
If
to
I
say
just
that?
won an award, I would be the highest I've ever
Yeah.
been in my entire life. So I would
Wait,
be
what
like, you're
award
like
though? Oscar.
Lifetime Achievement Award at 30. Everything you've done to this point is an achievement.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you know, I just won an award.
Would you bring out the trophy and put it on the bar?
Yeah.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
like,
That
this
is
so
that is
heavy.
a flex. Is a flex. That is a flex. Stupid, but flex.
Like, sorry, excuse. That's a cute. Sorry, excuse. I'm carrying this really heavy award. And then I'll know he's in my life if he laughs at that.
I'm so
Rather than getting offended, he's like, LOL, you really think you're that bitch? I'm like, yeah,
Sorry.
I do think I'm that bitch. Now what? He'll be like, here's a ring, let's get married. I'm like, let's do it.
so done.
Done.
So
And that'll be the
done.
story that we tell on the wedding day.
So done.
So obviously I barged past him to get to the bar. I didn't respect him or his face. He laughed at me and we got married. End of.
I mean, yeah, that's a story, but still. And what's your line?
I just told you what my line was.
What was it again?
You look like the love of my life.
Would that work? Okay, you know what? One day we will. Okay, one day show.
Are
One
you
day
telling me
Marnie
if you
will
was at the
go.
bar and somebody said you look like the love of my life, you're not starting a conversation with them?
I'm walking straight away.
LOL,
I'm walking,
you're crazy.
I'm walking away. I'll be like, you're mad. You're absolutely mad.
I'm absolutely having a conversation.
That being said,
I'm still talking
that
to
being
you because
said,
that's crazy.
If you are hot, I'll
It's
be
like,
like,
you're not walking off.
no, I'll be like, wait, for real? That's the response.
So you are here for it.
I know. I was saying wait for real, and then I'll let him continue. I'll be like, what have you been smoking? And
You'll
if
be
you're
like-
smoking, I don't date smokers, so good day to you, and walk off.
And I'll be like, damn, gotta do it again.
Yeah.
An hour later, you come back to the bar, he's there again. You
No,
still look
but-
like the love of my life.
I'll be like, you need to go check your glasses.
Okay?
Because I'm assuming this guy wears
I'm
glasses.
gonna keep saying this.
Glasses are like
Do you
up
know
there
what
in the
I'm- do you know
thing.
what I'm hearing, which I don't like about this?
What?
That you can't accept the love that's on offer here.
No, because I
You're
think the
saying,
guy's...
oh, he needs to check his glasses, he's on drugs. Why could he not just see and think, wow,
But
a
it's-
goddess.
But this reminds
I
me
think
of...
this is gonna be the love of my life.
For the Christian girlies or the girlies who were raised in church, you know about the man who would be like, I had a dream that you were my wife. God told me. God doesn't always tell them this. God doesn't. So I'm very much immune to that nonsense.
Me personally, if a man
So
said,
if-
God, I had a dream and you was my wife, I'm absolutely falling for
No,
it.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's a good story.
No, I'm good.
And I'm
thanks.
here for the story.
No, I want it to be genuine. Get to know me
Who said
for
it
me.
wasn't genuine?
No, get to know me for me. Have a conversation like a friendly person.
Okay, let's talk.
Well, not right now.
The thing is, everything you say sounds like something the love of my life would say.
You see, but to me, I'm like, are you trying to love bomb me? Like, I know all the terms now.
You can be as suspicious as you want. But
I am suspicious.
I'm not getting anywhere.
I'm suspicious. And
You're
I'm
the
not.
love of my life.
No.
I'll die for you.
Good luck. Have fun.
Tell me.
I'll go to your funeral.
Yeah, I know you will. Because I died for you.
You're not Jesus.
Well. Surprise! Anyway, we are
We're so
off topic.
done. Yeah, we're so off topic. But either way, how the hell did we get to this topic?
Life.
Oh, but clubs and how I've changed.
Yeah.
I think, as I've said, there's been times when I have been not as chill, a bit warmer, but I'm definitely chill. Not ice cold, but
I
chill.
can't wait for someone to do like a deep dive into the podcast and get all of the clips of you saying you're chill and then following it up with a clip where you are very much not chill so that we can come to a final conclusion about whether or not you are a chill dude.
I don't think you need much of a trailer for that. I am chill, full stop.
There are several clips I could use to counteract that.
I'll be honest, it's few and far between.
This Christmas, I will finally sit down and collect them all. As a gift to the podcast listeners. Every time Shoshana was not chill on the podcast.
I'll be honest. Anyway, have fun. You won't be there for too long, but it'll be good to listen back to our pods.
It would be good
It
to listen
would.
back to the pod.
It would.
Shall we move on to pop culture news?
Let's do it.
Pop culture news this week. Love Island.
Yeah,
Has
so
started.
it started again. As I said before, last week I was not mentally prepared. This week I'm still not mentally prepared for Love Island. I felt like it was too cold for Love Island outside.
I'm roasting, so now I'm like, it is fully Love Island season. Like, Love Island season is the exact experience for me of that is sitting in my living room, as I am now,
Bacon.
baking,
Yeah.
watching these people getting, and then I'm getting frustrated, which makes me even more hot, and I'm already frustrated because I'm hot. Watching them being idiots and being like, it's too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot for this.
That being said, I feel like ITV has been hearing some of the feedback that we've been screaming about for years, particularly about the black girlies in the presentation. Like, honestly.
Before we get onto that though,
yeah, go on.
I would like to say something on the pod.
Go on.
I would like to issue an apology.
To who?
To the cast.
Oh.
Because last week we were kind of clowning some of the pictures, and the pictures were shit.
They were bad.
They are always shit.
I think there was one or two that we were correct on.
I would say majority of the people were much better looking on camera than they were in those pictures.
Agreed.
The dude who I said looks kind of like what's his name again? I can't remember his name. He was so boring. The one who was with the girlie whose dad was Michael Owen.
Yeah, that white guy.
The one who I said it was him 2.0.
Yeah.
He's actually much more handsome than him.
Oh, okay.
I think. He's really cute.
I think he's got great personality.
Yeah.
I think it's got
good
great
energy.
personality.
He's actually quite handsome. They should, instead of doing the pictures, they should just do the trailer.
Videos.
Because seeing them moving, you're like, oh, this person's actually quite attractive.
They usually do like the videos, but when we were doing our review, we just went straight to the pictures.
Get rid of the pictures, I'm saying. Don't even have them.
You need to change the photographer. Change the photographer.
Photographer is a hate art.
Yeah, exactly.
He made a lot of people look ugly.
The only person I was a bit like, I don't know if they got it on the money, was Mehdi.
I think Mehdi's hot. Sorry.
I think basically on the TikToks, when he walked out, they replayed the music with the I like the LGBT. Also, I realized I can't say that word, and I had to say that in the presentation, and I was like,
you can't say the
LGBTQ
plus.
I struggle. Honestly, I'm saying LGBT.
Where do you get P from?
God knows. Pansexual.
That's in the plus.
Anyway, the song.
That's in the plus.
And then the comments were like,
denials
in
Egypt. Your husband is. There's someone also found a TikTok of him doing it.
Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry.
Even when he walked out,
when he walked out,
ooh la la, I said that is
no. I'm expecting this guy to do walking. Oh, what's it called? There's a boring walk where like there's a thunderstorm, not thunderstorm.
Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah. I was expecting him to do a hurricane walk as he was walking in. I was
Katrina.
I was like, what is this guy doing? Because he was giving the attitude, the energy, and
his face is nice.
No,
I like his
Rishi's face.
When
he walks in, Rishi looks at him. I was like,
his accent, but he is definitely giving me this
LGBT plus.
A little fruity.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which I just don't. I personally don't have a problem with that, and I think that they should set it. I get why you wouldn't, but I think they should just say it up top because it's better than people calling you gay.
What has he said anything about his sexuality?
No.
Okay. Maybe that's not the case.
I know, but then you end up with this where it's just like everyone's decided that you're gay. I just don't think it's nice to do that because like men can be fey and effeminate. We were talking about this in the office actually the other day, and that's fine. But I think the problem is that people are like, this person is closeted, this person is closeted.
Yeah,
and
it's bad.
If you were just upfront with whatever it is, like, I know how I come across, guys, don't worry, but I'm here for girls. Then it's like, okay.
Even the way you said it, like, I'm here
but
for
I'm a girl.
The girls. I'm like, no, fam. I don't know. I just don't know what it is. I don't find him attractive. And not because of the...
It's nice to be nice. I put that stupid song in my head.
What do you mean it's nice to be nice?
That's that song.
The Hurricane song?
No, your daughter could be LGBTQ. Put it in my head.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking I need to learn that so when I have to say it in the presentation, I'll be like, LGBTQ.
You can't sing it to me. This is a show for LGBTQ. In a Ghanaian accent as well, because that song is Ghanaian. It's nice to be nice.
All I know is that Mehdi wasn't doing it for me on night one. The guy that you talked about, I can't remember what his name is.
I can't remember either. Sean.
Yeah, the white guy. He was.
There's
really,
more than one
cute.
white guy though, isn't there? Oh, there's one that I
don't stand. And you kind of the dad jokes guy, George. He's given
big flop
for
energy.
absolute.
He is desperate to be on this show.
Honestly,
because it's getting to. So basically,
yeah,
he was one of the
OGs.
Zach came in as a bombshell.
I'm not below on this. I was looking at Zach like, yay.
Zach is not my type at all.
When he opens his mouth, he's not my type. I think he's decent.
No, when he
looking.
opens his mouth, he feels familiar, feels like home in South London. I'm here for it. But the face is...
Let me have a look at
Basically,
his
the problem with Zach is you can see that boy down the street.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not coming to Love Island to see boys I already can see.
Can you imagine?
I'm here to see boys I've never seen before. So that's the only problem. That's the only reason why I wouldn't pursue Zach personally. He's tall, which is nice.
Yeah.
But that's really it for me. But when they brought Zach in, they said to all the couples, if you're
I take it back about Zach.
If you're
photo.
feeling... Yeah, I mean, but we said the photos are bad.
Yeah, true.
So when they brought Zach in, they said, if you're feeling Zach, step forward.
How many people can step forward?
Rushi
Of course.
and...
Catherine?
No.
Ooh.
And
Jess?
she the one who's coupled up with George? Who's
Yeah,
coupled up with
yeah.
George? Yeah.
I think that's her that's coupled.
They stepped forward.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I thought they already stepped forward because they weren't
nah,
thinking
they
they're men.
said who's... Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's to step forward to say you're feeling Zach.
No!
So obviously from that, Mehdi and Rishi
Mm.
had a conversation. They were both like, look, we're not feeling each other. That's fine. George and Jess had a conversation. She's like, I'm not feeling you. And he's like, that's okay. Like, crack on. So now, but they said, whoever's not coupled up at the end of the week is going home.
Yeah.
So now George is going up to anyone. And
Oh,
everyone
the
going,
grafting
I'm really
is
feeling
beginning.
you.
Oh.
You've gone up to Rishi. You're my type now. Please. To be fair, the reason why this is not necessarily bad is that they didn't choose at the beginning, right? So you
Yeah.
can kind of get away with the like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're who I was really feeling. Because
No, but-
there's no proof that I was feeling you.
No, but the thing is, it's a joke because when George came out, and
said,
he was,
"Yeah, I'm
he was
happy
like,
to be-
I'm
yeah."
happy because that's the choice I would have.
Yeah,
picked.
yeah, but that's what I would have said too. I'm not going to embarrass you.
No, but either way, I still.
Are you going to come out and be like, nah, he butters?
Again, going back to the statistics of how these men think on these shows from previous seasons, it's usually the blonde girls, and Jess was a blonde girl. I'm gonna call her Jess, and I feel like her name is
My
wrong.
name is not Jess.
Let me just double check while we're here. But his energy was giving me trying to be a lad, but not even having the
way
look.
that he talks, like his accent and his words, they don't match. Like he feels like an actor.
I'm
There's
right,
another
it's
girl-
Jess.
Oh, there's the other blonde girl. She is actually an actor and a singer, whatever.
I can see.
And another
Times
Ekin
two.
But I find it interesting that they're bringing
Molly.
on Molly, people whose jobs are acting, because how are we supposed to trust these people?
Yeah, but perfectly honest, I think about the people, the regular people. Would they apply for the show? No, it's people that are really confident in front of the cameras that are able to get through the process. Like,
Basically, I agree with you.
yeah,
I don't see it for George. I think he's going home.
I think he's going home.
I think Mehdi, the girls aren't. There's nobody really going up for
They're
him.
gonna be
but
friend-zoned.
he seems. But if I was going to I was in there and the choice between George and Mehdi, I'm picking Mehdi.
Yeah, no, I agree with you because Mehdi's a safe choice. He's one of the girls.
Damn.
He's like Alex, Dr. Alex from years back. But Dr. Alex was actually quite cute.
We
then.
have to stop diagnosing people with sexualities. It's not on. It's messed up.
I just think that Dr.
If
Alex.
you are out, you want to come out, that's fine. It's not for us to tell people they're gay. It's crazy. We need to stop doing that.
That's blame TikTok because I was when
I like that.
I mean, when they walked in, I was like, my eyes twitched a bit. But then when I saw TikTok, the music they added to that, the denial,
No, the minute when I saw the
comments?
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw him
doing Bob, yeah,
doing Nicki Minaj, I said, to post a video of yourself lip syncing to Nicki Minaj, you know what you're doing.
yeah, I agree.
You're feeding yourself to the lions at that
Yeah.
point. But we just have to stop as a society. Let the person come out when they're good and ready.
Yeah.
If that's what they are, and if they're not,
I'm
accept them for what they are.
That's true, but in the same breath, I don't feel sorry for anyone who goes on Love Island and who ends up being humiliated because you chose yourself to go on the show.
Yeah,
no
I
one told you
chose
to
to go on
sign.
the show, but I didn't say you should go dig up my past and then call me gay. What the hell are you talking about?
But either way, no one told you to sign up for this competition. No one told you to come on this show, and you have to realize everyone's.
Do you have empathy?
No. Your whole life will be exposed on the internet. So if you've done stuff in the past, it will come out in the light. I'm done. That's why I said about the.
Why are you upset though? What did he do to you?
I'm not upset. I'm just saying, I don't want to see any of the girlies on the daybeds crying. There have been 9 other seasons before this season showing you what life is like in the villa and out of the villa. It's up to you. No one told you to sign on. That's your own choice. Full stop.
Well, I'm Team Mehdi, and I'm looking forward to his journey on the show.
I'm keen to see how far he lasts on the show either.
I really like Catherine. She seems really
Yeah,
happy with Zach now.
yeah.
She tried it with Andre. But listen, general public, stop putting the blacks together. They
Yeah,
don't
come
like
on.
each other. They don't
Come
like
on.
each other.
It's just so basic.
You know, as a black person going on Love Island, you are ready to date a white person. That's why you're on the show.
I agree.
So stop putting them together because they didn't come here for this.
No.
If I want black love, I can get that in my house.
Yeah. Why is
I'm
it?
here for the swirl.
Why are you
obviously.
always? Why does it always have to be black on black love? Even though I love black love, why are you silent? I do love black love because black love is what created
Don't
me.
ask rhetorical questions.
Black love created me. So how the hell am I supposed to like deny black love?
Black lust created me. Black lust created me. So I'm all for black lust. I support it.
I never had to think about it that way. I don't want to know
I support
actually.
it.
I don't want to know.
I'm glad I'm here. I'm never going to be sad that I'm here, of course.
Yeah.
I'm here, here we are. But sometimes I'm sad I'm here. But that's my therapist. I think that it's fine if it's a choice that you make. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, statistically, there is going to be 90% white people on this show.
Yeah,
so if you
I
come on
agree.
this show because you want to be with another black person, you're setting yourself up for
Just
failure.
go
'cause
to
there's not that many
Peckham and
black
find
people here.
yeah.
Oh.
Go to Peckham and find black love there. That'd be
Gee, listen to what you just said and ask yourself, if a white person said that, would they not get cancelled? What do you mean go to Peckham? And if black people don't live anywhere else on the planet? Shoshana, you need help.
good.
Shoshana, you need help. Go to Peckham.
If you want black love, don't go on Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be valued as a black person, don't go to Love Island.
Well, Catherine is being valued right now.
Because
Zach said, I want a Nubian queen when
And
I
that's
come
what-
on this show.
And going back to my original point, I do feel like ITV has been hearing the pleas and the cries of the black women out there and the black girlies saying, I'm tired of watching a show where the black girlies are always being demeaned, always being the last chosen. So bring men on who like black women. That being said, they brought like
One. They brought one.
they brought one and they brought one of the most obvious. Like, why does he have to sound like he's
What
trying
is
to be
your
black?
beef today?
I have no beef. I
You're
have no
going
chicken.
in.
I have no beef. I'm just being honest. I'm being raw. Why does it have to be the guy who's always black culture adjacent? Why can't it just be a regular, degular man?
But be for real. Why would you want to date someone who is like, listen, I have no experience and no interest in black culture? What do you mean?
How many black
For
people?
you to want your white husband, is it not because you have an interest in white culture?
No,
Oh, so you've married the white man, but your plan is to make him Nigerian?
no.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
you,
let's be
you
real.
married him for what?
How many
You married
black-
him so you can go to the Sunday roast and
No,
to go
let's
to
be for real.
the summer fete.
How many?
Tell the truth.
How many black couples or interracial relationship have we seen where the black girl is doing the traditional with a white husband? Like, what's the problem? Doesn't mean that she has to have the roast dinner that evening or that Sunday.
Having a traditional with your husband is a one-off. What is your day-to-day life like? You're living in a white country with your white husband. You're already living white culture, are you not? So because he came to the traditional and he wore the kente,
The gele.
so we should all kill ourselves. Yes, he
No.
loves black culture. Wrong.
You absolute idiot. I just feel like
Real.
no.
Why would you not want to date someone who already has interest in you? You don't have to teach him nothing. He already knows stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I'm just saying, why is it out of all the guys? And okay, maybe
Because
maybe
why is
my
the
big no, maybe my
Farmer
big
Jack
no.
in fucking Somerset
Yeah, okay,
pursuing a black woman if
no.
not for fetish?
Okay, there
he
is
doesn't
that
know black
point.
girl.
There is that point. But let me be honest. When they asked Zach, "What is your type?" he picked the 3 non-white women.
Congrats.
That's
for once
great.
you got picked.
Yeah, I know. For once.
So let's leave it, don't question it.
But why does it always have to be exclusive? Where is that one guy that likes all people, all colours, all races, all backgrounds? Why does it always have to be you are for us or against us? That's what I mean.
I don't think it's for us or against us, but I think, why are we fighting the guy who's for us?
I'm not
Fight
fighting
the
him.
guys who are sitting there not pursuing the black girls.
I'm not. I will fight them to Kingdom Come, but
Call
I'm not.
them.
I will.
Call them.
They're in Spain.
Call
but
them.
I'm happy to.
Please.
Look, I'm just saying, it's just like, why is it only like singular? Like, I know it's probably like very rare that ITV found this guy.
Where are you gonna find these guys? Guys like every single. How many in real life? Someone needs to do a poll. How many white men are willing and excited to date women who are not white? Do we actually know the statistics?
No, we don't.
That?
I mean,
because
maybe they've never been able to do never.
They
That's
should
wrong.
be able to.
They should be
I'd
able
be
to.
really
Yeah.
interested because maybe
Just look at the dating apps. Look at the dating apps and the statistics. Yeah.
Because maybe Love Island is representing the proportion of men that actually want that.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
If they could, obviously it would be in their best interest if they could pack it with people who are attracted to every other person that's in there, right?
Yeah.
Because that is the good drama.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's not the case.
Yeah.
People want what they want. Every season we complain, always blonde hair, blue eyes. They even want variety. They wouldn't even date a white girl with brown hair.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because that is the global majority. Sadly, those guys, the majority of guys who want to come on the show are also the same guys who want to date blonde girls who are blonde, big boobs, big, okay bum. Not even big. Okay bum. Big boobs, blonde. Don't care age, don't care whether this girl has a job, whether she's crazy, it doesn't matter. That's their type and they're stuck on it. Why? Because they grew up in Sunderland where everyone had brown hair and blonde feels exotic to them. That is exotic to them.
That's quite crazy.
So what you need is someone who's travelled.
Yeah.
And a travelled person's not going on Love Island.
I know.
So where start?
I mean, they travelled to Spain.
And guess what? They travelled to Spain and then they're living their lives. They are not going on Love Island to date some girlies that ITV's decided is the hottest girls in the world.
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay. I can actually go get, if I want, I can get the blackest girl I can find outside in real life.
No,
Why
I
am I
agree.
coming on Love Island
No,
to
I
find,
agree.
to be doing interracial relationship?
No, don't get me wrong. I just feel like I'm not complaining because we've been calling for this. It's nice to see a bit more variety. However, I just feel like it always is a bit black and white. No pun intended, but also intended. No?
It's nice.
Oh, you just take anything.
Excuse me? Say that again. That's what I thought about. I would just say that it's honestly, it's nice to see two men fighting over a dark-skinned woman.
Yeah, I agree.
Who is pretty,
Yeah,
who has a
peaceful.
good personality,
Yeah.
who has good vibes, who the other girls like as well. It's not turning into the black girls are in a group and the white girls are in a group. It currently feels really nice.
Yeah.
And I find it, do you know what I found really interesting about
Go
that?
on.
It was her, a light-skinned black girl,
Yeah, how, yeah.
and
Rishi.
Rushi,
Yeah.
who he pointed out as his
Yeah,
top three.
yeah.
And when he chose Catherine, everyone was like, we thought he was going to choose the light-skinned girlie. And I wonder why they thought that.
Yeah.
Because even those women put currency on, if he's going to pick a black girl, he's going to pick the lightest black girl.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'm going to pick the black girl with the nice bum.
I need to watch the episode in more detail.
That's not what he said, but
Yeah.
he's going to pick the girl.
Yeah.
That he said he came in there, he knew when he was even talking to three of them, I like this girl.
Yeah.
And he talked to everybody and he kept everyone on their toes. But ultimately, his conversation with Catherine was the one that made me the most excited.
Yeah.
And that's the girl that he picked.
Yeah.
And their chat is boring as fuck.
And that's
But they
I like each other.
other.
I'll be honest, when you watch this show, it's the chat that's the driest. They'll be sitting there like having their little grapes and little crackers, and you're like, what? It's an actual date. And then they'll be like, oh, I choose you. I'm like, huh?
They'll be like, did you like me when you walked in? Yeah, I did like you. You're my type. You're my type. I'm really enjoying talking to you. What you're enjoying is hearing that someone likes you.
Yeah, come
Be for
on.
real. But honestly, the season is starting off nice.
Cool.
I will say this.
What?
Tariq,
The footballer.
boo, tomatoes.
Really?
I like his energy. at
Oh,
all.
I didn't like when he was like, when the light skinned girl was like, we know each other, I know you, we chatted.
I don't like
and this
her.
guy was there doing amnesia.
He's bad vibes. He's bad vibes. You know
no.
why? Because they did a one of their
Challenge.
Yeah, there we go. I couldn't remember what you called them. I was gonna say a little game.
Yeah.
They did their challenge, and Catherine's secret was she kissed 5 guys in the same night.
No judgment. No judgment.
His secret was he stopped counting his body count after it reached 100. Then obviously everyone was like, oh my God, because you slept with over 100 girls.
No.
He then comes out the challenge, he's like, no one gave Catherine any shit. Everyone's getting on me, but she kissed 5 guys in one night. First of all, she kissed 5 guys. You fucked over 100 women. How is that the same?
No.
How is that the same? He was really gunning for, it's not fair, it's double standard. It's not the
double
same.
standards.
He's like, I was single. Why is everyone getting on at me? I was single. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You're 22.
No.
Whatever, however old you
That
are.
is actually
You're 22
no judgment.
or 20 even. He's young. How have you even
It's
met
a bit-
100 girls
women.
to have fucked them?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I
He
can't
actually,
try to work
but
it out.
that is if he's this
statistically.
young as
I think those people are, first of all, I think those people are lying.
Maybe they are lying.
I think they're lying because I don't even think I've
How
met.
are you with the number? They put a number down. Unless you've got literally your little black book and counting numbers.
I don't even think I've met 100 men that I found attractive, let alone have met them and had sex with them. 100 men.
Yeah, don't.
You slept with 100 women.
Yeah, he's 24. But either way.
So from the age of 16, let's say, because that's the legal age,
Yeah, we have
to
to
24 is what? It's not even 10 years. 8.
8 years. 8 divided by 100. 12?
That's quick.
No.
11.
Yeah, maybe 12.
Yeah, it's 12. 12 and a bit.
12 and a bit. That's
You've
just-
had 12 women a year.
Once a month. One a month.
One
I don't
a
know.
That's not too bad.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. If you do the maths.
But
still,
first of all, what do you mean not too bad? When you're 16, where are you going that you're meeting 12 women?
Consistently, though.
You must have fucked every girl in your college.
Every
girl.
that's
Where
messed
are you
up.
meeting 12 girls?
That
Be
is
for
messed
real.
up. That is
You're
messed
16
up.
years old.
That's messed up.
When I was 16, I think I knew 4 boys. I think I actually could name them by name. 4
Yeah.
men. And you somehow fucked 12.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that's not counting for the times you've tried to fuck a girl and she's been like, no. Or someone pursued you and you said no. So of that 100, that means you must have met at least 200. Otherwise, that means every single person you ever wanted to fuck, they said yes and you
That's
fucked them.
actually messed up.
It doesn't make no sense.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And then you're getting on a Catherine who's kissed 5 guys. Listen, in this life, if you want to kiss 70, 100 guys, I'm never going to judge you because it's very different to do mouth to mouth to put in penis into vagina. Be for real. Be for real. She kissed 5 guys in one night and it was going on her. Who gives a heck? Who gives a heck?
I mean, it's disgusting.
I think that sounds like a really good night.
5 guys. And the only time I want 5 guys is when I go to have a
I
burger.
feel, do you know what I'm saying? It feels like, imagine seeing 5 guys that you think are hot in one night. Honestly, don't even think I've seen one guy.
But I'll be honest, I feel like maybe...
And they all wanted to kiss you.
Yeah, okay.
That is heaven.
No, I think it's the thing. It's like, how far are you kissing? Are you just giving one kiss on the cheek? Are you doing a full like tongue? Are you doing a bit of a peck? What is that? What is the gradient and the extent of these kisses? Okay.
Listen.
But I'm not gonna judge because 100 women are not because also it's over 100 because the
he
gob's
stopped counting at
counting.
100.
So
we're even being polite that it's 12 girls.
also the
a
guy's an
year.
idiot because he was saying that with pride. Anyway,
Then he was like talking to Jess, be like, I like you. You know, I wasn't expecting to like, you're not my usual type, blah, blah, whatever. Then he's turned around to her and been like, listen, I don't know sorry if I've led you on, but I'm not feeling it. But can we still talk to each other? How we've been talking to each other? She was like, no. He's your friend now.
Yeah. I think...
Someone told him he was hot and he's not. The way he walked with his shoulders
shoulders
up
up.
to his ears.
Maybe that's why he's like... Because he doesn't look like he has much of a neck.
He don't.
I think that he is...
And 100 women have had sex with him.
Yeah. I think...
But he looks like that.
He's a footballer. I think he's on the chopping block next to George. But George has to go. Because
he has a bad attitude.
His energy is bad. Yeah, his energy
George is... Oh, has a bad attitude, but in a different way. Like, he just
the
is
thirst.
so desperate to be there. But Tariq needs help. He needs therapy. He needs God. I don't like him. I don't like him. Sorry, I'm going to say it. I don't like him.
No.
What I hate the most is a man who thinks he's hot.
Yeah.
Please.
I know. That's actually one of the most unattractive traits in the
Ugly.
guy. And that... I don't know what it is.
Who told you that he was hot, bruv? You're not to me.
If I was on the train and I saw this really hot guy, but he looks like he knows that he's hot, I'm like, you're not hot.
Yes.
Man's not hot.
Honestly, immediately a turn off when you go up to someone or you're talking to someone, you're like, he's kind of hot, and then he starts to talk, you're like, oh, he knows he's hot.
Yeah.
And he will not let you forget.
You want a humble...
You will not be able to sleep. You'll be in your bed trying to sleep. Phone call. 12 o'clock at night. Oh, this must be an emergency. Pick it up. I'm sexy, you know.
You know what?
Put him in the bin.
You
Go
want a
slow.
humble king. Everyone wants a humble king.
You want a guy who, despite what you tell him, is like, I'm okay.
Yeah. Like, you say, oh, you look really nice. You're like, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Stop.
Yeah, come
Honestly,
on,
guys,
come
I'm
on,
just
come
a humble
on.
guy.
Yeah. No, I don't even want you to say they were humble.
just
I
a
want you to
humble
just
guy.
be like, no, oh, thanks.
I don't even like guys who are like conventionally attractive. You need to have one.
Yeah.
Weird, you need one weird thing about you. Like your nose is just like a little bit too big. That's hot to me. I'm like, you would be a 10 out of 10, but your nose is kind of weird. But I like that. That's why you're a 10 out of 10 to
That's
me.
your new. That's your
ears are kinda
USP.
big.
That's your USP.
Your ears are kind of big. You got. They're just kind of big. Like, why are they like Adam Driver is very hot to me because he's very.
Oh.
He looks weird.
It was his ears, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flipping humongous.
Take those ears away. Then he's just like a subnormal dude. I'm not interested in that.
true.
Those big massive ears. I'm here for it.
Dumbo.
And like the pale skin and the really dark hair. This is weird.
No, I didn't realize.
It's a weird. I mean, I like it, but it's a weird.
I'm liking the dark hair,
light
the eyes.
Yeah.
I know it's not common. I mean, I know it's really common.
Welcome to
But
hell.
I never knew that I would
Welcome
like
to
that.
hell. Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to this season of Love Island.
yeah, I'm liking it. So
Seeing the
far.
teasers, I've watched bits and pieces. I'm getting excited to come back
They're
into the
doing
world.
the little messy games. Kiss who you think is.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who's the person you get with who you went with? And I saw the trailer this morning and I said, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's
this.
probably gonna have its low moments. I can't wait for that. But I'm kind of come back in. I'm ready to open the door, ready to get near the fire pit, ready to feel the warmth.
Oh.
Yeah.
A friend of mine is and I were talking about Love Island, and he was like, "Oh, when Maya walked in, I thought she was another contestant. I was like, oh, she's fit."
Like, you absolute
He looked
idiot.
at her and he was like, "Oh."
No.
I was like, yeah, I really don't know how I'd be confident in my couple, even as a woman.
And seriously, Maya Jama walking in.
I think we should break up.
I
think we should break up. I think I'm in love with her.
Exactly. I'll be honest, all the promo, it's looking a little bit cheap this year. Where the budget is going, Maya. Honestly, the budget is
The
going to
outfits
Maya.
For Maya, the makeup hair for Maya.
Amazing.
But, we will see.
Yeah,
The
we'll see.
new girl who came in said, I've got loads of different wigs, so I'm going to be changing my hair all the time. And I said, I can't wait to see how that turns out.
Once you start seeing that wig slide in,
No,
and
because
you
she's got... the girls
Got
are
to
doing
be
the little
glued.
band. No, they're doing the little bands now.
oh, there's bands now.
The girls are doing little bands, so they don't have to do the edges.
But even in this heat, the bands will slip. I'm so sorry.
No, because what she did?
What?
Headband matched bikini. And I said, that's the look.
Oh, it's a headband wig.
No. I don't think it is. I think it's a wig.
Yeah.
Headband securing the wig.
Yeah.
Headband matches bikini.
Cute.
So now it's a look. Exactly.
But to be perfectly honest,
So I'm not just sitting here in my bonnet.
the thing,
Which is what I would have been doing.
Yeah, same. Because the thing is quite hard. Because if it was me, I would be taking braids. The braids would get messy.
Yeah, I would have to go my natural
Yeah,
hair. Sorry.
and especially when you're doing the challenges when
Natural
they're
hair,
throwing,
girly.
yeah, when they're throwing pie in your face and pie in your hair. Yeah, I have to.
No, I would tell ITV, I'm doing the rule. I'm doing the... Do you remember that time they did one of those challenges and two of the contestants were the ones doing the challenge?
Yeah.
Make me one of those people.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
fucking walking.
True.
I'm telling you now.
True.
I ain't doing that. And I'm not spitting in no one's mouth.
Oh my gosh.
No,
oh gosh.
no,
oh
no,
gosh.
no.
I don't care how long we've been living together. I'm not doing it. We ain't penguins.
And one last thing.
Go on.
I don't know why I forget this every year,
Go on.
but the sound of the kissing. Why can't they just mute it? I don't want to fucking hear it.
Okay, this is
It's disgusting.
But I think when we talk, we all talk with a bit of a lip smacking, saliva moving. I sent a voice note to my landlord about something that's happened in the house. I played it back. It sounded horrible.
Yeah, but I think you were probably salivating because you were talking to your landlord.
You better scream. You better scream, bitch!
She hit me! She's drunk and she hit me!
I'm not drunk, but you deserve that hit.
She hit me.
All I'm going to say is that when we speak, even I was at a work
You were
conference.
During the voice.
I was at a work conference and everyone, and the mic was too close. But everyone had the little smack of the roo. I could hear the saliva being collected up. as they were about to speak. I'm so sorry. It's natural. I really wish I could re-record that voice note. Like, you would not have to hear that.
There was something, I can't remember what it was, but for some reason they kept people's breathing in. I was like, this is horrible to listen to. I do not want to hear anybody's breathing like that. This is making me feel sick.
Was anyone like making noise like, yeah, I've done that before, I shouldn't do that.
Excuse me? Yeah. You're moaning in a voice call?
No, voice note.
So what, you just recorded yourself? Wow, I didn't know you were into that. Kinky.
Cut all this crap out.
No, keep it in.
No, cut that out.
This is the realness.
No, I'm sorry.
This is the
She want to keep all the realness that we were chatting about before.
You're the one who looks bad, so put it back in. Yeah, if you want, put it in. If you
No,
want,
cut it out. When you don't hear this, you know it's out. All of that. From the landlord story to now.
No,
all
put
out.
the story back in, because I
Why the
feel
hell am I...
absolutely sad.
Well, why the hell would I be proud of, like, literally hearing my lips smacking?
Right, should we get to our review of the week?
I mean, let's do it.
So the deep dive review of the week
Woo! I'm ready.
is Succession.
Yeah.
By Jesse Armstrong. Bruh.
Yeah.
Brits doing it up in the Americas.
Oh, yeah.
I love to see it.
Yeah.
Lucy Prebble also wrote on it, who wrote...
I Hate Susie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jesse Armstrong wanted to make Succession, or a version of Succession, for a very long time.
Yeah.
It was with the BBC before it went to HBO.
Interesting.
And it was there for a long time.
At
And
HBO?
then- no, at the BBC.
I'm not surprised.
They passed on it.
Interesting.
Everyone thought that was it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, Succession is very, very, quote-unquote, loosely based on the Murdoch family.
Yeah.
And I think in previous versions, it was...
Directly, like a direct lift.
Yeah. And Jane Tranter, who works for Bad Wolf,
Yeah.
who makes Succession,
Yeah.
took it to HBO, who they have a first look deal with. Mm-hmm. And I guess HBO said, yeah, we don't want to piss off the Murdochs either, because they'd be tapping people's phones.
No!
They'd be causing drama.
Yeah.
So let's fictionalise it.
Yeah.
And that is the version that we got.
Succession,
Which is lucky not to have to follow the Murdochs so closely, but I think in all the ways that it's weird and wacky is direct pulls from their lives, which is brilliant, because whenever you're like, nobody's like this, you can go and find out that people are actually quite like this.
And actually, even though the story may have been loosely or initially tightly based on the Murdochs, I think a lot of people have said that the Succession angle is very similar to the Arnott family. So that is Bernard Arnault is the owner of LMVH, which owns so many high-end fashion brands, perfumes, luxury brands basically. And he's one of the richest men in the world, people in the world. And his kids all have a little stake in the pie in terms of owning certain things, like being the owner of like Ralph Lauren. I'm now making this up, but let's just say
don't do that.
No, I'll be honest. Like they all have or Louis Vuitton or some type of like big high end brand they're a owner of, but no one is the head.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are discussing like, who will actually take over the father's business if and when he wants to retire or pass away. So Succession also has that link to that family.
Yeah,
but also any big empire.
Yeah, so if you don't know about the Murdochs, basically Rupert Murdoch is this like newspaper, so I'm going to say czar.
Yeah.
There is a word for it, but I can't remember what it is.
I was going to say not icon.
What's the word for it? I want to say like something like megalomaniac, but not that.
Yeah, okay, maybe not that.
Polyglot. That's a language thing.
No.
He is the czar of newspapers. He owns the Daily Mail. He also owns Sky.
Yeah.
And he owns Peacock. And is that NBC?
That's NBC. I don't think he owns it.
He was going to buy... There was a big to-do because he was going to buy Time Warner.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And basically people were like, we don't want this to turn into a monopoly. So they kind of... The Americans kind of vetoed that sale. Much like the stink that was being the stink around the company buying Royco Waystar in the show.
Yeah.
And Rupert Murdoch, his daughter actually ended up rising through the ranks. He has 2 sons.
Yeah.
Both of them also had a stint trying to run the company.
Yeah, Lachlan and James Murdoch.
Yeah, who kind of flopped
Yeah.
for various reasons.
Yeah.
I think one of them was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Not unlike a character in Succession. So
yeah.
like the parallels are close, but it's really interesting because I think that I never really knew anything about the Murdochs until the phone hacking scandal. So if you don't know anything about the phone hacking scandal, basically the Daily Mail was accused and I think found guilty of... No, it wasn't the Daily Mail, it was the News of the World because it no longer exists.
Oh yeah,
because it was bankrupted by the...
They had to close, they actually closed it down as like a tactical thing.
Yeah, basically the News of the World managed to hack into certain people's voicemails in order to get information for their news articles. And one of the famous examples of this was Millie Dowler. Millie Dowler, she was a teenager who went missing.
Yes.
And the News of the World hacked her mobile phone's voicemail and then deleted a bunch of voicemails. So they also tampered with the evidence surrounding her case. Yeah. I think there are lots of famous people. Hugh Grant also accused them of hacking. Yeah. He spoke at the trial when they were accused of phone hacking. Yeah. And there was a woman who ended up basically becoming the face of the trial.
What was it? Rebecca Hall? No, Rebecca
Hall is the woman who ended up marrying Rupert Murdoch recently and then divorced him. Well, no, Jerry Hall.
Jerry Hall did. Rebecca, News of the World.
I want to say Ferguson, but that is an X Factor winner.
It's definitely Rebecca Brooks. Rebecca Brooks, yeah.
I remember her distinctly because she kind of looks like Catherine Tate. In that she's got red hair.
Yeah.
And she would wear like these trouser suits, which were just really ill-fitting. And I really thought a woman of your... if you're senior enough that you're the one getting done for this crime, should you not look better than this? But maybe that's just me and my very warped reality, which is like, if I'm going to jail, I'm going to look good.
No, she's just like, I'm just surviving.
She was like, I'm just a journalist. I don't know how I've ended up here.
Yeah.
But the News of the World was found guilty and ended up closing down. And if you wonder where Piers Morgan came from, he used to write for the News of the World and he was also embroiled in that.
Oh my God. Didn't she go... Rebecca Brooks went out with Piers Morgan, I think.
Probably.
I think she did.
So that's why we can thank the News of the World and therefore you can thank Rupert Murdoch for why we have Piers Morgan. And we can't seem to get rid of him. So the Murdochs are like a very tricky company because basically everyone was like, there's no way the Murdochs didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Specifically Rupert Murdoch didn't know about the phone hacking scandal.
100%.
But somehow he came out of it unscathed. Yeah, he lost the News of the World, but he owns the Daily Mail. And the Daily Mail seems to be a cockroach. You can't kill it.
No, it's one of the biggest brands. And it's one of the few newspaper print brands that was able to convert online and be hugely successful.
You Google anything, if there's a Daily Mail article about it, that's the first thing that will come up.
100%.
And so will 15,000 ads when you click on the fucking article. It's a nightmare.
It's so disgusting. It's actually so outdated. I don't know why it exists.
It's one of the only newspapers as well where the comment section is so vile. Yeah. You're like, I actually think I'd rather not live in this country if this is what people think. So
where people are like, oh, I only go on the news and I only go on Daily Mail for the wall of shame or the scroll of shame. I'm like, no, you're there to read it, boo.
Yeah, you're the people like you clicking on these is what keeps this company afloat. I will deliberately not. I don't read Daily Mail, and if someone sends me an article and it's a Daily Mail article, I won't click on it. And if I Google something and it's a Daily Mail article, I won't click on it because I just think the Daily Mail is truly evil.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, when I was in previous jobs, we had to advertise on the Daily Mail because we knew where's the eyeballs on the Daily Mail. So the TV and showbiz sections, best believe were there advertising because
they have the gossip up to the minute.
oh,
Like, if
100%.
you've heard something and you want to do a quick Google to find out, the Daily Mail will have the most in-depth article about it. And it's really tough because I love gossip, but, like, I hate the Daily Mail, so I would rather wait until someone else covers it.
Yeah.
But, now that we've given you a picture of the Murdochs, the Roys are not unlike the Murdochs. So, Logan Roy is the patriarch.
Yeah.
He has 4 children. Connor.
Oh, the forgotten Connor.
Connor is the child of his first wife.
Yes, and that's why it feels so...
Separate from the other 3, because they all have the same mum.
Yeah.
Connor's mum got put in a loony bin. And these are the words that they use in the show, by the way. And do you know what? I had forgotten about this. In the most recent season, when Connor is getting married, he's freaking out about the cake that the caterers have bought. And he keeps saying it's loony cake, it's loony cake. And then they're like, his wife, I can't remember her name, her name is something stupid like Tula or something. His wife is like, why does he keep calling it loony cake? And Kendall's like, when Connor's mum got put in the loony bin, his dad gave him a Victoria sponge.
Oh my god! Yes, I forgot
to help him cheer up, and so he ate Victoria sponge for like a month. And now whenever he sees a Victoria sponge, he thinks of it as a loony cake. So that tells you everything you need to know about Connor. He is the oldest. He's Logan's oldest son, but Logan doesn't. He feels like an illegitimate child.
He does,
almost.
yeah.
And he's very much out of the loop when it comes to the fight for the throne, should we call it?
Yeah.
And in the final season, Connor is running to be president, which is why he's out of the loop, because he's like, I'm on to bigger and better things. He's, of course, not going to become president.
Absolutely not. I don't think it was very clear, like, the rest of the family weren't in support of it either.
No, but Connor is the... I saw a TikTok where they were being like, shout out to the eldest sibling about Connor.
Yeah.
But the caption said, Connor is a mother that these kids never had. And they played all these clips where Connor, like, all of Connor's mannerisms are very, like, parental. Like, there's a bit where he's talking to Roman and he's, like, fixing his tie. And at Shiv's practice ceremony, he plays their dad. Like, Connor is kind of like, he has this sort of mother role amongst his siblings. They don't respect him.
No, not at all.
At all. So it's not like he's a parent who they look up to. But he's very mother hen about them.
And it's so hard because...
Like, he loves his siblings.
That's the thing.
But they love him.
No, and I think that became, like, crucially clear. Not that they didn't love him, but how much of an afterthought he is in the family when we get to series 4 and that really monumental moment which we'll talk about.
Yeah, by the way, if you're listening to this is absolutely assume spoiler alert.
Come on.
I know what you're talking about, which is when Logan passes away, Kendall, Shiv and Roman, who all share the same mum and are Logan's children from that marriage. Kendall's the oldest, and they often refer to him as his oldest child.
Yes!
The oldest boy. And it's like...
he did too. Yeah.
And then it's Shiv and then Roman.
Yeah. Which is a very odd, because I always thought that Shiv was the youngest.
Oh,
I thought
someone said they thought that Shiv and Roman were twins.
No, I always thought Shiv was the youngest. Just in terms of their energy and how, like, Roman and Kendall always kind of like banded together.
What I liked about the show, actually, jumping around, we'll come back to what we were going to say, but what I liked about the show is how they showed that, like, women on one side, the men on the other, in a modern way. Like, I feel like people always think it's like, oh, you're the woman, so you have to cook and clean. They weren't even asking Shiv to cook and clean. They just weren't ever including her in conversations.
They kept calling themselves the Roy boys. And it's only the two of them.
Shiv was always an afterthought. Shiv was always like, oh, we'll get this, and then we might bring Shiv in. And it's like, that is what sort of modern day sexism is like. Like, you're in the room, but you're not in the room.
Yeah.
You don't make the decisions. Yeah. Like, you help.
Yeah.
You're an assistant.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. But in the episode where Logan is dying, Kendall and Roman are together. They get Shiv. Logan passes away, and then they go, "Oh, someone should tell Connor."
That one, and then they brought Connor in and just like, yeah.
Too late, he'd already gone.
And it's like, it felt so empty. And at that moment, I did feel sorry for Connor, because I was like,
I felt sorry for Connor.
I forgot like he was even there.
It was
even though his wedding. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. And also, it's his wedding, and Logan wasn't there. Logan was taking a flight to go and see Madsen.
Yeah, Madsen.
So, to me, that's all you need to know about the relationship between Connor and...
At the beginning of the episode, Connor is like, Dad said he's going to swing by. And all the siblings are like, yeah, he's on a plane, so he's going to swing by. But the thing that was so heartbreaking about Connor in that episode was when they tell him that his dad is dead, and he was like, oh, he never liked me.
That was sad.
Honestly, rewatch, because I watched the episode the first time in like parts. Like I watched it in the morning, then I worked, then I watched it at lunch, so I watched it and from the like behind the scenes, it was actually shot as one tracking shot. So it is like, because I was thinking about the episode of The Bear where it's one tracking shot, and I really love when theatre and TV lines blur.
Yeah. The right way. The right way. Yeah.
Because they would have had to learn. So if you don't know this, TV shot, like, you probably, when you're shooting, shoot 3 to 10 minutes of TV a day. Yeah. So you're not shooting the entire episode as a whole.
Yeah.
And you might shoot the first scene, and then the last scene, and then the second scene, and then the 14th scene. Like, it's not sequential either. But for that episode, because it's one long tracking shot, basically, they had to shoot it as basically as if it was one scene.
Yeah.
And so they had to learn the lines like they would for a play. And so their performance is not, there's no breaks.
Yeah.
You are just in it. Like you would be if you went and sat down in the theatre and they performed it for you. And I think that's why that episode felt really powerful, is because you're with them, because the camera doesn't break, but they're in it.
Yeah.
There's no, okay, now when I had lunch.
No.
And then I went home, my wife shouted at me, the next day I came in, like, it is what it is.
And you notice actually, not just in series 4, but in previous seasons stuff, they do a lot of improv. And then I then fell into the Succession TikTok, and they kept on doing like a split screen of like the script and then the actual scene. And it's so interesting to see. Of course, most of the time the actors do stay to the script, but it's so fun to see those little moments of improv that happens. And I wouldn't describe any of these actors as comedians.
No.
So they're just, because he's coming from a comedic background, not Kendall.
No.
Oh,
Roman.
Oh yeah.
Was in Scott Pilgrim, which is a comedy film. So I think as in he's performed in comedies, but I wouldn't say he does stand-up comedy.
No. But his character was supposed to be kind of the comedic relief.
Roman.
Yeah, Roman. But yeah, none of these guys are comedians, I would describe, or like traditional comedic actors. So to see how much they've improv and how in character they are is interesting, and also it goes back to your point about it being very much a tracking shot. You're having less of those like cut moments, because you are really capturing the moment with the character and letting that fly in terms of the improv and going beyond the script. So.
Yeah, well, Connor was also in Ferris Bueller's Big Day Out.
Don't do this.
No, I just remembered as we were talking about.
Wait, was he the original?
But yeah, I think so. Going back a step, the series is about these siblings, and in the first season, their dad is ill, and they think he might die.
Yeah,
and they are all like, well, obviously Kendall will take over
as the oldest son in the business.
And at that point, he is working with the business. Yeah. Roman is off doing whatever he's doing. Shiv actually works for a politician. Like she's not even working at the company. Like if Dad dies, it will go to Kendall. Kendall's, got some issues.
A little bit.
He had a substance abuse problem.
Yeah. Very
impulsive. Up.
Yeah.
Throughout the series.
Yeah.
He is constantly feels like he's teetering on the edge of either killing himself or going on a massive binge, and that's just his energy all the time. He's
impulsive and
chaotic and anxious.
The way that he
unstable.
talks in general everything is like metaphors and similes, and I don't know, he talks in this way that is not real life.
When you first meet him, he is listening to rap music in his car, trying to hype himself up because he's going into like a board meeting, and that tells you everything I think you need to know about Kendall, which is that like he's pretending at being the man, and he needs hype music to get him into the character because it's just not him.
No,
and that is his kind of fatal flaw, is that he's technically the oldest son. And he's been told that this is what he ought to be doing, but it just isn't who he is. He doesn't have the instinct. As his dad says, and I think in season 2 or 3, you're not a killer.
Yeah.
Which it ends up being quite prophetic, because he is in fact a killer.
Yeah.
He kills some dudes.
Because that's when series 2 and series 3 really kicks. For me, that's when I really start to enjoy it, because you see that there's other secrets behind Kendall, but then also you see this level of vulnerability as he realizes that
he's deeply vulnerable.
He's
deeply, like, Kendall of the 3 of them is the least stable.
No.
And
absolutely.
so the more you learn about Kendall, the more you're like, oh, it can't be you. Like, you can't take over. You're just not in a position to. You're not okay enough to do that.
And then the TikTok investigations and the Succession TikTok really showed like some of the things that we as the audience sometimes miss in terms of Logan's care towards his children, because I think a lot of people assumed, and I think it was clear the way that Logan spoke to his children, that it wasn't the most loving of relationships.
No.
But there was a moment where I think they showed, it's definitely in season 1 when he's about to jump over the or he's contemplating potentially jumping over the office, and because the barriers of the top floor, they don't have a window glass.
Jumping off the building.
Yeah. And then later on in the series, the same building is covered with like a glass pane to prevent anyone from jumping. And they were like, oh, actually, that's what Logan did to kind of protect Kendall from jumping.
Yeah.
Which I never, like, again, deep investigations, I would never have, like, clocked that.
The pain of Succession, I think you come into it and you think, oh, this is a show about people vying for a job, right? On a really, really basic level, it's about people vying for a job that they feel like is their birthright.
Yeah.
And Kendall feels like it's his birthright because that's what he's been told as the oldest sibling in the business. This is his birthright. It's what he's been trained to do.
Yeah.
Right? When Logan basically says, yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling Kendall, suddenly his siblings are like, well, maybe it could be me.
Yeah.
And when they feel like the star's on them, suddenly it's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And deep down, what they all want to do is be like their dad.
Yeah.
I think the pain of Succession is the pain of being a parent who is this, like, titan, because Logan is this titan. He built this. He was a fucking kid from Scotland.
Yeah. Who came
over to America on a boat.
Yeah.
And built this empire.
Yeah.
And then you've had 4 kids, and all of them are fucking flops.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's be real.
It's true.
None of them have succeeded at anything. Shiv is the closest.
Yeah.
And Shiv's doing this out of spite.
Yeah.
It's not out of a desire because she wants to be a good person, she cares about politics.
No.
It's that she wants to spite her dad, who is like the antithesis of democracy, because he has the power to be a kingmaker. He has the power to make a politician happen when they shouldn't happen.
Which is what they just said. It literally said that he's made wars and ended wars.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
That is the power that he has.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine what it would be like, right, to be a person who is like that, like truly deeply powerful.
Yeah.
Look at the children that you've made and be like, none of you could do what I did.
No.
None of you could do what I did. And I want to love you.
But
I want to love you,
but
but
you're not
like
there, yeah.
And the line that has stuck with me from this most recent season is at the karaoke when Logan turns up, and this is the last interaction they kind of have with him, where he says, I love you, but you're not serious people.
What, to Logan, to the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but when he said that, I felt that in my chest.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Am I a serious person? Like, I feel like if I was Logan Kidd, he would say the same thing to me. I love you, but you're not a serious person. And it is, no truer words have ever been said. They're not serious people.
No, none of them are.
They're not serious people.
I think they all secretly relied or felt like the dad will be there forever. Like,
their power came from being his children.
Yeah, children, yeah. And also, like, there was this ongoing battle and competition between the children, but they felt like, we're just going to keep on battling it out. And one day, we'll eventually find out who the successor is, but we don't have to worry about that day now. So when Logan's death happened, I was talking to Marnie that it was one of the most anticlimactic episodes of the whole series because I didn't believe it was real.
No, like, so a bit about Logan. Like, he is not perfect at all. Like, he is actually quite, like, I don't know what I would be like if I was raised by a man like that, because he's quite cruel.
Yeah.
He's just quite cruel. In a way that, like, I'm sure he thought, this is how you build your kids up.
Yeah.
Like, I went through adversity, so I'm going to create adversity in their lives. But actually, I think he just ended up fucking them up.
Yeah.
But nothing feels off limits to him.
Yeah.
And so when they get the phone call at Connor's wedding that he is in a bad way, my immediate thought was, this is some sort of kind of game.
Sick joke.
Or fuckery. Because he likes to fuck with his kids. And like he said in the previous episode, you guys are not serious people.
Yeah.
This is him is this an attempt to be like, oh, you guys are not serious people? But you realise, I think maybe by the midpoint of the episode, like, oh, I think this is happening.
Yeah, I think it was...
They
it was
cut to him, don't they?
I don't remember seeing them,
they
did
cut
they?
to him.
Or like a little show
where they're doing
the
the
chest compressions. I think it was Tom's reaction, his face. Like, when he was talking, I realised, no, they're being dead serious. Like,
yeah,
this
when
is their
Shiv
thing.
asked him, be for real, what's going on? He's like, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I don't believe, like, Tom, I will say this, Tom, we'll come back to Tom.
Oh, we will.
As not a sibling.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not a great guy either.
No.
But I don't believe that he would, in a game for Logan, fuck with his wife like that.
No. It's so messed up. I mean, there were some other things that he said later on in the season that was super messed up. But definitely not that particular
Maybe
moment.
we should talk about Tom and Greg now.
Should we? I mean, we talked about Kendall a little bit.
Yeah, Logan, we've talked about Shiv.
Actually, let me go back to Kendall very quickly.
Yeah.
The moment... This is a deep dive into the series.
Yeah.
So, the moment when I connected with Succession was episode 5, season 1. And Kendall is trying to... I think he's stopping the deal from happening. And he knows that he needs to be in the boardroom. And he's not in the boardroom. He's somewhere else completely. And that episode is him chasing and running through New York to get to that building because his dad is there and he was trying to block a deal from happening. Or trying to take over the business from his dad. There was a lot of moments when Kendall was trying to take over the business from Logan. But that was the moment. And it was Kendall, his determination, the fact that he flopped. All
of them are big flops.
They're flopped. So Kendall is always global. It's always outside. It's always public that he's flopping.
I think it's so interesting because in the initial seasons, I am rooting for Kendall.
Same.
I am rooting for Kendall.
Yeah.
I think Roman kind of sucks. I think Shiv kind of sucks, but not in a bad way. I just think that like Kendall really wants it. He deserves it. Kendall is the most raw as well of all of them. Like I feel like Shiv is the hardest to connect with because she's so cold.
Yeah.
Roman is like this sort of, he's such a child.
He is. And he uses humour in a way of like a mask.
Yeah.
Like, constantly.
Whereas Kendall is this person who like, you immediately kind of can identify that he's desperate for his dad's approval, desperate for his dad's love, and wants to win, and, you know, feels like if he doesn't win, he's a failure. And that you can kind of connect with. And in that third season, so the season just before this one, when he tells his siblings that he killed someone, that's episode I was like, where they come together and they're like, because they're such a cold family, like even the really small gesture of like touching his shoulder, and it's like, oh my god, they love each other.
Even, I mean, one of my favourite, and we're going to go back into family, but one of my favourite moments from the whole series is when they agree to let Kendall be
that was
the kingmaker, and they're making this smoothie. And
that's the last thing that they shot as well.
It was it because you felt it, and like I think about my siblings, and like, yes, we love each other very much, but it was silly and it was fun, and that's something that me and my siblings would do.
Kendall is laughing. I don't think we've ever seen Kendall
laugh.
No,
you see in Teeth, like I'm like, what?
He's singing "Meal Fit for a King,"
and then they put spit into it and he drank it. Like, it was just a
They
funny
love each other.
They do deep down, but it's because it was like all of them was taking down the armor and saying like, I am now surrendering this battle that we've been fighting for how many years.
Yeah, we've answered it.
We've done it. Like, we're gonna back you.
It's
you will be the kingmaker but you will be the kingmaker, and you will support you, and we're family. But Connor.
Sorry,
Connor. Yeah.
I find even that the fact that they have this moment and Connor's not there so telling.
Yeah.
Like their lives is the three of them.
Yeah.
And then Connor. Like it's just I can't imagine what it would be like. Like I'm so lucky. Like I genuinely do feel lucky. Like me and my sister have different dads, but we grew up together.
Yeah.
And like no one could ever tell me that that's not my blood sister.
Yeah.
You can even tell me I didn't birth her. Like, in my head, I birthed that little girl. Like, that's my baby. Like, we're like this. I don't know what it would be like to be like. I mean, I'm saying I don't know what it would be like. I have half siblings. I have half siblings.
You do have half siblings. Yeah.
And I don't think of them, and I don't think they think of me.
Yeah.
But I don't have to spend. I don't know what it would be like to spend time with them when they're being like, we love each other, and I'm just like, I'm also here. Like, we don't really have a relationship, but it would break my heart.
Yeah.
Like, I know if we did have a relationship, I want to be like, and then we're best friends.
Yeah. And like
we are as close as my sister who I gave birth to. We're that close. We're blood. Like it would. I'd just be heartbreaking.
It would be different.
Heartbreaking. Yeah. And so Connor needs to be. He's made of stronger stuff than me because I would have jumped off a cliff a long time ago.
But that's why he was like, I'm gonna have my wife. I'm gonna get the house.
I've got my shares.
I'm done.
I give them up, or I sell them, whatever it is. I'm
done.
Good. But I love that scene as well.
Yeah, there's so many great moments, and a lot of that was pinned on Kendall. Kendall did feel like a bit of not a lead because Logan was the world, but Kendall was a driving force in the whole series.
Yeah,
and that moment.
Jeremy Strong.
Yeah, amazing.
I know that there's all these articles about how he's probably a nightmare to work with, and he was so method that he didn't really talk to the cast.
I'm not surprised.
He is absolutely fucking brilliant in this show. Like he could make me cry.
Do you think he's peaked?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him for another 10 years.
I agree.
I need a break.
I agree. I think he needs a break.
And I want to say as well, Shiv in season 4 and Roman in season 4.
Yeah.
Take that damn break.
Yeah.
Because you guys did what needed to be done.
They worked hard. I mean, Roman
at the funeral. What? I was tearing up that whole episode. I'm tearing up now.
I don't know. Okay, we need to talk about it separately.
I tried not to.
I don't know. I don't know if my heart is cold at the moment because I'm not feeling as emotional for when people are saying things are emotional. Like, okay, I felt sad with the funeral for Succession, but I didn't feel emotional. And same thing with Queen Charlotte. Everyone was like, "Oh, it was so sad. It was so emotional." I was like, I didn't feel that.
I didn't feel it. I will say this: if you have been to a funeral of someone that you love.
Yeah, I get that.
And I mean, seeing any funeral scene's gonna get you.
Yeah.
Because you're just replaying how you felt in the moment.
Yeah.
Him going up to do the eulogy made me think about when I went up to do the eulogy and I did pretty much the exact same thing. Although I made it to the end of my eulogy.
Yeah, I mean, that's strength. That's
and I was 12. You big man, you can't do it.
Yeah.
But like, what a great payoff for that was up until then, Roman's doing.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
When he said I pre-grieved, I said, fine.
When he was in his house rehearsing, being like, I'm the man, I did that. You walked in one step in the church, you're crying. I can't do this.
No.
I can't do this, I can't do this.
It was the realization of...
Is he in the coffin?
Yeah. When he said, is
he in there? Can we get him out?
And it's like, it's as if you saw the face of a 6-year-old boy in that situation.
I think that was more sad. Yeah. It wasn't even necessarily the grieving because, like I said, you know, if you've been to a funeral of someone you love, like funeral scenes get you.
Yeah.
It was more the fact that I think that was the first time I properly realised, like, oh, the issue with Roman is that he's a child.
Yeah.
Because he's so, like, controversial and provoking
Yeah.
in the way that he speaks. Like, even in his, like, making gestures at Jerry, everything about him's kind of, like, gross.
Yeah, it's always like comical and like caricature.
Yeah. So you never, up until then, I just never really thought of him as a person that I cared about.
Yeah.
And in that moment where he's like, can we get him out? I was like, oh no. But I was more grieving for the fact that, like, you're a big man.
Yeah.
You're a big man,
No,
experiencing the emotions of a child.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
I think that
like you have so much more work to do after
Yeah, he
this.
does. Yeah,
Because you're not okay.
No, I think that moment when he broke down was the mask being broken. I'm telling you that he uses humor as a mask to cover up his true feelings and to make everything seem hunky-dory.
But you know
and as a result, he always came across feeling immature, looking immature, and then surprised why no one wanted to get him as the kingmaker.
Yeah, Joe
Or the king.
was
Or the
so
CEO.
dark and funny.
Yeah.
When afterwards, he was like, oh, I messed up. They're like, no, you didn't. And then Kendall's like, yeah, you fucked it. You did actually, you fucked it.
Wait, are we talking about...
No, at the party afterwards...
Or the funeral, or the actual of the wake
after the funeral
with Madsson.
Yeah, when they're at the party and he's like, "Oh, should I go up to Madsson? No, should I go up to the president guy?"
Yeah.
And Kendall's like, "No, because you did fuck it. You fucked it." I was like, that is such a sibling thing to be like. I know you're in the most vulnerable state that you're in right now, but can I just really, really dig that whole thing? I don't want you to feel bad, but you did absolutely fuck that.
Like,
you fucked it, and no one will ever take you seriously again.
But that's the thing.
I love you. You did absolutely fuck it.
but I have to. But actually, go back to the beginning of the season where you have days after Logan's death, and Kendall and Roman go and see Madsson. And Roman hates Madsson.
Yeah, no, he flies off the handle.
Yeah,
he says something about their dad.
Yeah, and he just like loses his cool, and he's like, "I'm gonna blow this deal," and shows all his true colors because obviously the family with Madsson, who is a Swedish. I think they're kind of describing him as like almost like a Spotify-esque type of like leader. Yeah, he was a dickhead. He actually was. But he's got.
I also think Alexander Skarsgård has played so many shitty characters at this point that I'm starting to think he sucks.
He may actually be.
Because you have to suck to be able to play those characters.
Yeah.
Like, that guy sucks.
So this guy, and like Empire dude. This guy or mogul. That's the word I was thinking about with.
He's an
internet mogul.
Not Spotify, Napstar.
He was Nap. Yeah, maybe Because also he was fudging his numbers in India.
Yeah.
So
the company was not as successful as he was making it
No,
out.
but
Gojo,
but he had money, and he wants to buy out
and balls.
And
you need
both.
balls to come out Logan like that. But I'm gonna buy your company.
He wants to buy Waystar. He wants to buy parts of Roykoi. And so he was willing to do the deal. He had been planning to do the deal when, of course, Logan was alive, but he was still going full guns ahead after
guns blazing, full steam ahead.
So, the thing with Madsson, he was still willing to continue and proceed with the deal days after Logan dies. I think we have to even talk about the duration of how the season from Logan dying to the end was probably the space of like a week or two.
No, 2 weeks.
Yep. Still 2 weeks. The guy had not even rested properly in peace.
Why do people love to bury people real quick?
Yeah, but
if this was an African person, it'd be 3-4 months before we
But in the same breath, it's like it's crazy that in 2 or 3 days after the death, 2 days I think.
The day of they did the press conference.
They did the press conference.
Yeah,
and then she does a press conference. Then they go to see Madsson, and then Roman loses his cool.
Yeah.
Which again shows his immaturity, but then it's also funny when at the end when he was like, "I wish. Why didn't no one consider me as the lead? Why couldn't I be the person to take over?" And I was like, I never would have seen him as being the leader of Royco.
You can say Royco. Go on, say it again. Say it 3 times.
Royco.
One more time.
Royco.
There we go.
I find it really weird in the mouth. Yeah. Don't say anything nasty.
If it was, I was going to say if it was Smith, you could get your mouth around it. I bet.
Absolute idiot. Absolute.
Roman sucks. Sorry.
Do
you know why Roman sucks for me?
Go on.
The thing about Succession, which I think is brilliant, is that like they are all awful characters, right? Mm-hmm. But there are certain awful things that I can get behind and certain awful things I can't.
Yeah.
And what I struggled this season with is Roman's nonchalance about electing a demon to president. Like basically, Roman ends up electing a fictional version of Donald Trump. Right?
Oh, yes.
And because we lived that, I found it really hard after that point to be like, I care about Roman. I care about him on an emotional level the way I care about any human being.
Yeah.
But do I want him to win? No.
No.
This season for me, I was too Shiv. I said, Shiv, maybe we can turn this boat.
Yeah.
Siobhan, we can do this. I'm behind you, baby. And I'll always be behind you because I want to see that ass.
Yeah, I mean, all of us wanted to see that ass.
We wanted to see that
because
ass.
She was pregnant.
You can't sexualize a pregnant woman.
The ass was hidden. 2 points on that.
Donald Trump.
Uh,
Be frank.
No, if I be frank, this is something that has been a critique of Succession, is that Succession is very much for the media girlies and guys. Like, if you work in media...
Drag me!
No, if you work in media and TV and press, like... If you work in this industry, you get a lot of what's being said in Succession.
It's funny.
It's funny, yeah. It's funny to you because you can relate to some of it. If I was a regular Degler...
I'd be like, this is dark. Just too dark.
Yeah, it's too dark. And there's so many names and there's so many inside moments, jokes, that it just goes over your head.
Name an inside moment joke that only you could enjoy because you're a media type.
I think it... Half of it... Okay... A few things, like, I'm trying to think.
Well, while you're thinking, I'll
sorry.
say one joke that I really enjoyed.
Go on.
When when they're talking about after Logan's died, and they're talking, and Kendall says, "We can get a funeral off the rack. We can get JFK's with a couple of drinks." I was like, "This is." I don't know why that's so funny to me. A funeral off the rack. JFK's with a couple of tweets. Yeah, I was like, who talks like this? But they're such specific characters that are like awful and funny.
Yeah.
They're so funny. And I think you're right, because we are media types, sadly.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. But because we work in the industries that we work on, they're like blaseness with which you would talk about, like other people would have a bit more reverence for. Is perfect for us.
Yeah.
And so I could laugh at Kendall in all seriousness saying, we can get a funeral off the rack, JFK's with a couple of drinks, because they are so rich and they are so powerful that Logan can get the same kind of funeral that a president got.
Yeah.
I can't get a JFK funeral
off the rack.
And I definitely don't know if I can get a funeral off the rack. What the fuck does a funeral off the rack even look like?
It's literally like conventional.
It's just gonna be a couple of words,
exactly.
Church, burial, that's all. And then you find out Logan bought a fucking mausoleum.
And it's like, when does everyone want to have their place?
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to be on the same bunk as Roman, like, as Logan, like, put me down in the ground. Like, and they're just laughing and joking about it. This is crazy.
It's nuts. I mean, part of me is like...
He bought it off a .com guy who sold it because he was, in debt. Like, everything about it is crazy. They just live in that world that's unrecognisable. Yeah. And that's why I think I can enjoy it, because it's a level of status and power that I will never see in my lifetime, nor do I even necessarily want to see in my lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, talking of things I don't want to see, but it was the scene with Greg laying off the thousands of people.
Reading off a piece of paper.
Oh, off a piece of paper. And then he's like, Thomas walks out, and then the camera pans, and you just see all these people on these screens, and it's just like, thank you, switch off the phone.
If you're on this Zoom, you're a part of the sad few who are going to be laid off today. What the fuck? Not be getting laid off in a Zoom with 1,500 other people.
The thing is, it's so sad, like, over last year, the way that people were getting laid off in the
Disney
globes,
said bye to 1,500 members of staff in probably the exact same way. They said, all of you joined the same Zooms. Like, I don't have time to go to interviews. Everyone joined one Zoom, And I'll say, it's with regret that we must announce that you need to leave. We've enjoyed your time here. And if you could just quickly hand in your laptops, any company-owned things that you have, and your lanyards, your access to the building will be shut off in like 3 days. So
it was nuts. So some of that part,
you might get a free ticket to Disneyland as a compensation, but it is what it is. What the hell is happening?
Yeah,
I worked here for 15 years.
Yeah, you mean nothing. Your number,
You are nothing.
absolute number. But
Also, Greg of all people.
I know. Greg,
Get me Tom at least.
Oh,
Get me one of the
Greg.
siblings. You've got Greg. Anyway,
Oh, poor
we haven't
Greg.
talked about Greg or Tom.
No, we
so-
haven't yet. No, but all I'm gonna say is I never expected Roman to take the throne.
No.
I never felt sorry for him apart from the funeral moment. When I watched the series at the beginning, he was one of the people that added confusion to my brain as to what the series was about, because I thought watching Succession it was going to be a drama. Then you have this clown making knock jokes on the side, and I'm like, what is this show about?
Knock jokes.
No,
For real.
I'm being comical. Like, I'm just saying, like, you have
Oh,
this.
you think you're a comedian now?
Haven't I told you how many times I've connected with comedians?
Okay. You can. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're not gonna hear the rest of this.
I'm not gonna name drop because of the pod, but like, me and the comedian, we connect. I make him laugh. Okay.
Listen, you guys don't know the comedian, but I will never hear the end of the story.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't
I
at
should
all.
not.
And I'm gonna add some more comedians to my roster one day.
Can't wait.
Who knows? Actually, I don't know.
I have also made a comedian laugh, actually, but we'll move.
Oh, please.
Unlike you, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it.
Off the pod, you tell me who it is, and
I
I'll be
will.
like, my guy is better than your guy.
Look at the world we live in. Two friends can't share a story about one of them being like, my guy's better than. Damn.
All I'm gonna say.
Damn, it's cold out here.
I'm finished. All I'm gonna say is this. He was the one that was confusing me because he was there giving me jokes, but then you have Kendall, who's like the most serious person in the world.
I also think Jeremy Strong is the most serious person.
I agree. Yeah, he gives me. He's the he's from the Nordics. He's giving me the Nordic energy.
Jeremy Strong, you think?
Yeah, I feel like he has like a.
No,
Nordic
he's
vibe.
giving me Connecticut vibes.
Let me have a check. Let me
He's
have a
giving me
look.
very much up. He's giving me upstate New York at the most. Where's he from?
It's American.
Yeah, I know he's American.
And where did he grow up?
Rochester.
Let me see. Wait. Boston, Massachusetts. He was born.
Okay, East Coast. He's very East Coast.
Yeah.
He's very East Coast.
He lived in a quote unquote rough neighborhood in the Jamaican Plain
saw-
area of Boston.
Do you know
They
what I
actually put rough neighborhood in quotation marks.
He did like a, I don't know what you call it, like, he did a video where he went to his old neighborhood. And imagine Kendall going to visit his childhood home. That is exactly what the video is. He's like, wow, I didn't expect to feel like this.
Be for real. Be for real.
Listen, Jeremy Strong was not acting, period.
No, I think
I don't think a single one of those actors is acting.
No,
They're playing their
I
damn
think they're
selves.
playing themselves. Especially Kendall, especially Roman. I think.
Yeah, I think Sarah Snook was probably acting because she's like, I'm acting like I'm not Australian.
Yeah, exactly.
Australian people, I feel like I'm not like this.
She's
But
Australian. I
The
forgot.
other two were playing
yeah,
themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
100%.
I hate to draw a parallel, but I'm sure he has actually existed in a family where there was a more famous sibling.
Who? Oh, yeah. Whew.
I don't want to.
I mean, he's winning now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He is the most famous
He
sibling.
is the most famous
And do you know what? You did that.
But that being said, anytime you say Culkin, I always think,
You did that.
no,
Kieran
you did
Culkin.
it. You did.
You
but,
did that.
but let's not be
Because
lie.
he's had to work for
He's
it.
worked hard.
Had
He's
people
worked.
keep calling
Calling
me
me-
Macaulay. You're Macaulay Culkin's
Yeah,
brother. I'm not.
But that
My
being
name
said,
is Kieran. You get it
Culkin.
together.
But let's not forget, let's not lie, when you say Culkin, I think of Macaulay.
No.
I do.
Oh yeah, you're always gonna think of Macaulay Culkin.
Because
sure.
also they
But
look alike.
when it comes down to
Creds?
the body of work, Roman this season.
I think there's some Emmys
You know
coming
he's
their
going
ways.
up there. So Roman and Sarah Snook are both going up for leading.
Yeah. Or lead as well. I think they were all leads, yeah. I think they were all
I
leads.
actually think they were always all. Well, no, maybe they weren't. But this season, stellar work. I honestly, if I was an award body, I'd give it to all of them.
I'll give it to all of them. Yeah.
I know you can't do that. You have to pick one.
I do think.
But I would give it to both.
Actually, if it was
Actually,
between the
probably
three,
would give it to him
Roman,
more than I
I'll
would.
give it.
Yeah,
I'll give it to Roman.
Jeremy Strong.
No, I don't. Oh,
The problem is Jeremy Strong was always up against Logan.
Yeah, and now Logan's not
And I
there.
think he deserved it. I think Jeremy deserved it.
Yeah.
And now Jeremy's up against
Roman. But that being
it's
said,
gonna be like Mad Men. They're gonna give it to Jeremy because it's the last season.
yeah. But that being said, that final. Oh, we haven't even got to the final
get there.
episode.
We'll get
Oh,
there.
that moment.
We'll get there. But
That
I would
moment.
say his performance at the funeral.
Yeah, that way clinched it. But
I've never wanted to hug my sibling more.
But when my fam said, "I'm the oldest boy,"
come back to that because that
says that could be it.
Jeremy, you fucking ate
because
that
there's
one.
something about it.
Or, honestly, my favourite line read, it can't be you because you killed someone.
And then he was like, "No," when he said,
He's
"I
like,
did,
"No,
no,
I
I didn't."
didn't."
Huh?
I said, oh my, he's like, yeah, that was just a story. I said, no. Hey.
Oh, desperation. Oh,
But even the fact that she said it can't be you because
you killed
when the
some-
truth is it can't be because I don't want it to
you
be.
to you.
It can't be because you killed someone.
Yeah,
that was dirty.
that was
that you used that against him, but
It was
for real, you
actually
did actually
bad.
kill someone.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Siobhan.
Yeah.
Up until this, I've been Team Tom.
In
the
what?
relationship,
Oh, yeah, the
between
relationship.
Shiv
Okay,
and
yeah.
Tom,
Same.
I've been
Same.
Team Tom. Shiv shits on Tom. He is devoted to her.
Yeah. Because Tom always came across. By the way, I keep on forgetting how they met. I know that they work. Like Tom had always worked with Logan.
Yeah.
And that's how they kind of connected. Yeah. But you're right. There was something about Tom where I felt like you're too good for her. Like she doesn't realize and she doesn't appreciate your love. However,
in the previous seasons,
yeah.
In the previous season, a big thing happened. So up until this point, Siobhan's kind of like you just get the impression that Siobhan doesn't really like. Go ahead. Just leave it in there and let's hope that it comes out because of gravity. Shiv not only thinks that she's better, but behaves in the relationship like she could do better than Tom.
100%.
And in season 3, there is a moment where she says to him, it's his birthday, I think. And they're at the villa for Shiv's mum is getting remarried. And her and Tom are together and she says something like, oh, I've never loved you. Yeah. And I said, oh,
yes, I remember that so
I don't understand. I know you hate him. He knows you hate him. Do you have to put it into words?
Yeah. It was like, what was the purpose of you sticking that knife and just going,
She can't help herself.
Yeah.
I actually think the problem with Shiv is, I don't think she hates Tom.
Yeah.
I think she sees marriage the way she saw the marriage between her mum and her dad, which is that, like, her mum was the weak person in it, and her dad was the strong one. So thinks that she's crafted a relationship where she's the strong person and Tom is the weak one.
Yeah.
And sadly, game is, as a woman, in this kind of industry at least, you are the secondary person, even if you're the smarter person.
Fam did Uno at the end.
And at the end of the 3rd season, Shiv and Roman and Kendall come together. And they go to their dad and they're like, you've got to do what we want to do because we've got shares and we're banding together. And their dad says, I don't have to do that because a little birdie's been in my ear. And the little birdie's already told me what I need to do and I've sold. I'm doing this deal with Gojo or whatever it is. And the birdie turns out to be Tom.
Yeah.
And for Shiv, I remember watching that scene and I was like, damn, Tommy did this to me.
Yeah.
Because I guess, low-key, I had identified with Shiv in that, like, I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but I am the most interesting person in most of my relationships.
Oh my god. Oh, be for real.
Including my friendships.
Be for real.
I knew that one of these bums turn around and flip the tables on me.
Absolutely done.
No, not you, Shoshana.
Shut up.
Not you.
Yeah.
Not you. But basically,
No,
I was with Shiv. I was like, how could he do this to me?
Yeah.
And obviously Shiv's response is to be like, we're getting a divorce, we're not together. So we come into season 4 and they're not together. Tom apparently is fucking around New York, which if I was Shiv, my blood would be boiling. Yeah. Not you do this to me.
Oh, you've
done this to me. I picked you up from the fucking slums. You're a farm boy from God knows where. I built you up.
I'm finished.
I built you up.
Finished.
And now you're out here fucking and sucking.
Yeah.
And I'm on my own. And I'm pregnant.
Yeah, that was a shocker.
What? I love how they did it though.
Yeah,
Like, we
so
knew
subtle.
before he knew. We knew before anyone else knew. And I don't know if it was a pregnancy or what, but I was like, I'm Team Shiv. Give it to Shiv.
I wasn't
Shiv
ready.
is the only person in here that makes any kind of sense to me, in that, like, you guys keep shitting on Shiv. Why can't it be Shiv?
I think
No one has told me why it can't be her.
I think there's two things. One, I do love the way they revealed the pregnancy. I loved how it was a shock to everyone, but not her. But even though in previous seasons, she kind of expressed that she didn't want to have kids.
She didn't want to have no kids because she didn't want to be like her mum.
Exactly. But Tom wanted kids.
Yeah.
So we were just like, oh. And also, we had to, like, there was no doubt in our mind that it was Tom. Like, Tom was a father. That's, you know what I mean? That was not a conversation. Two, you revealed to me that Sarah Snook was actually pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
Which
they wrote it into the show.
They wrote it in the show, which made sense with all the fashion choices afterwards, because as you've heard on, we've made a comment on TikTok about how much we loved her butt.
Sarah Snook's body is crazy.
Really, and it got really covered. Got really covered this season.
I was miserable.
Yeah, it was missing something. Like
honestly, it made the season bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna give the season a 2 out of 10, but it's in fact a 4.
Also, to me, I find it quite ironic. You've written the pregnancy into the storyline. You don't ever see the bump.
No, because they're still also trying to cover it up.
Which doesn't make any sense. Oh,
But
yeah.
I guess the reason why they're kind of cover it up because they're also trying to imply that she has just found out she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's early on. In reality, Sarah Snook is like 6 months pregnant.
She was quite... I mean, by the time we got to the end, and I looked at her, I was like, huh?
She's pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant. Yeah, she's pregnant. But you're right. I do agree that Shiv showed that she can be tactical in business, especially the way that she was kind of navigating Madsen and the way she saw opportunities. I do think that she didn't have as much experience as the other boys, though.
I think Shiv's problem is because Shiv is a woman.
Yeah.
She's not taken it seriously.
Yeah, that's agreed.
So it doesn't matter
that's
what
true.
she does, she's not taken it seriously. And even in the Madsen thing, the way she was able to manipulate him is because he wanted to fuck her.
Yeah.
Right? So Shiv is smart enough to know to use that to her advantage.
Yeah.
But it still comes down to, these men don't take me seriously because I'm their little sister and women's voices are important. And then these men don't take me seriously because they just want to fuck me.
Yeah.
And the fact that Madsen then talks to her husband and says, Loki, I want to fuck your wife. Also, I don't think she can be the boss of this whole empire because I want to fuck her.
It's just so messed up. That part was like...
My desire to have sex with her trumps the respect I have for her as a professional.
Yeah.
So in order for me to do that, I need her to not be
CEO.
working for me, right? Because it's going to make it difficult. I've already tried this before with another employee and it's blown up in my face. So I kind of need for her to not be my employee so I can fuck her. And Tom, this is my thing about Tom, because I think you can't talk about shit without Tom. He is so spineless.
Oh, 100%. She even said that, like, Tom will be out there sucking whatever. He will be bending
Sucking and fucking
on
to get what...
Exactly.
He's desperate for it.
And that's the thing.
Desperate for power.
Yeah. That was one thing. He was like, I don't want to lose my status. I don't want to lose my job. That's all that's important to me. And I was thinking, but what about your wife?
Oh, please. What wife? He married her to get the status and power. And now apparently my being married to you is not enough. So I need to go get status and power from someone else. You don't have the pull anymore. And that's so fucking sad. Yeah. I felt like, this is me talking a shit. I felt my entire life and no one takes me seriously. Yeah. My dad doesn't take me seriously. My siblings don't take me seriously. I'm the girl. I don't matter. I married you to make myself feel powerful. Yeah. And it turns out that you're using me to make yourself feel powerful. Yeah. And so the Shiv Tom situation, like, what I liked about this season is they stopped running from... Because up until now, it's been very quiet. Yeah. And in that last season, the conversation they have is the first time you've heard Shiv voice the thought that we've all been having, which is that, like, she kind of keeps Tom around because... It
makes her feel good.
It's nice. Yeah. But ultimately, she thinks she could do better.
Yeah, of course.
And Tom knows that.
Yeah.
And actually, Tom is like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And this season, he is out here... with his sole focus being, I'm gonna be the guy that wins. And
I don't care about you. So it's interesting, and we talked about this last week. That scene, they're at I think it's the wake. and Shiv and Tom go out into the balcony.
No, it's on the wake.
It's on the wake. What was
It's
it?
the results for the. It's the night that they're doing a results party for the vote.
The election.
Yeah, the election to the election
That,
party.
yes, the election party. So
Results
that-
for the vote.
yeah.
Results for the vote.
Yeah. That argument was
Awful.
one of the most gripping, honestly raw arguments where you saw that moment where everyone was down.
Yeah.
And they just spoke how they really felt.
Yeah.
No riddles, no metaphors, no niceties. It was, I don't like you. Tom saying that you are a broken person, you are a dark person, you got issues.
You make a horrible mother.
And that one, and us knowing as the audience,
That she's
bam, he's got
pregnant.
you've got your child. She didn't reveal it then, did she? Or was it this?
No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
She says it the next episode, and he says, "Are you being for real?" Or something
I mean,
like,
she
"Is
didn't-
this a bit?"
Yeah, she didn't really pick her moment. That was not.
No, I will say this about this season though. Every single time she told people she's pregnant,
Yeah.
their response was, "Is this a joke?"
Yeah,
That's dark.
that's really sad.
Imagine telling
That's
your
really
man,
sad.
your husband, that you're pregnant, and he's like, "Is this a bit?"
Yeah, but
Are
that
you using this
yeah
right now because you want to get something out of me?
because everything is tactical. Everything is strategic.
We don't conduct ourselves like two people who love each other because, as we said in our previous conversation, we don't
We
love each other. So if you're telling me this, it's because you want something out of me, right?
Yeah, and that was what was really sad because it was like this moment, or one. Us knowing as the audience that she's pregnant and there's this guy saying you'll be a terrible mother or I would never want you to be the mother of my children. That cuts. And
You can't have children because you're broken.
yeah, and we felt that with her. Like, wow.
She did such a good job of the, like, I feel like, I don't know, if I was a teacher of acting, class 101 would be that, like, eye swimming but not quite crying.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Because that's a really tricky
yeah,
thing to
it's
do,
true.
to have your eyes swimming and, like, bringing the voices almost cracking, but it doesn't break.
No, but that's a level of like pride, emotion,
Control.
yes, and being so stoic. Like, you're not gonna see me break. You're not gonna see a tear fall down my eye based on what you just said.
No.
And then
I don't even think she would be able to be emotional because
Yeah.
I think she's been made to feel her entire life that being a woman inherently is a drawback.
Yeah.
If she'd been born a boy, her life would be easy.
Yeah.
So to even in this moment be real and vulnerable with her husband and be like, damn, that fucking hurt. She can't do it because she's spent her entire life telling herself to not do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's like last week we were talking about what it's like to be a black woman in the office, having to make sure even when you're emotional that you're presenting in this way that's like coherent and relatable and friendly.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be upset.
Yeah.
You can't be mad.
That's true.
You have to be likable at
Yeah.
all times.
You still have to be like
But
even though
it
you're
means
pissed
that
off.
you must, even in those spaces, present like you were saying.
Yeah.
You were saying to a colleague, "I'm fuming," and they're like, "Well, you don't look like you're fuming."
Yeah.
I don't have the luxury of being able to present.
Oh.
And something happened this week.
Yeah.
So I was in a meeting with a colleague who I'm just over. I'm not impressed by him at all. And apparently it was all over my face. And a colleague who's black said to me, "You need to work on your face."
Huh?
Because I can tell from looking at your face that you don't care for him. And now I'm in my head being like, I need to smile more.
Yeah.
Why am I smiling if I don't feel to smile?
Yeah.
Why people don't need to smile when they don't want to smile?
No,
Why do I need
when
to
they're pissed off, they can be
smile?
pissed off and no one's
I'm
gonna say
not
anything.
fucking smiling
Yeah.
at you, bitch. I don't want to. That's why I'm not fucking smiling.
Oh.
But like I know this about myself. That's the problem. Even before you told me that, I know about myself that like I wear my emotions on my face.
Yeah.
So if I'm not impressed by you, you're gonna know.
Yeah.
Sadly, even if I'm like, wow, you're so impressive, you'll know from my face I don't believe what I've said.
Yeah.
But the fact that you are told, like you're being told to like scale that back even.
Why?
When you are genuinely in a situation where you feel an emotion, how are you gonna express the emotion?
Yeah.
How are you going to express it?
Because actually that does more of a psychological impact on you, because you're the one that's like having to hold yourself, and you can't truly be your authentic self.
How?
You can't truly release how you feel. And so, yeah.
The point, I think so much about when, I don't know, that I rewatched that episode to remember, like, that's why it's stuck in my head, but when Logan's dying and they give the phone to Shiv and she says, Daddy. I don't think she's ever
called him,
that throughout the series. But I was like, of course, if anyone's going to call him that, it's going to be Shiv.
Yeah, not the boys, no.
Papa.
Nah. Yeah.
Who's going to have the sort of affectionate terming, something that's like almost childish? It can't be Roman, even though he is a child.
Yeah.
He would never refer to his dad like that. It would be Shiv, because she's a woman, and we are, as inherently as women, we're like, Papa, Daddy, give me a hug, I love you so much. Like, of course she has to perform that. And I think probably in her heart, that's what she wanted to say. Maybe that is what she called him. And that's what she felt in the moment. Oh my God, my daddy, who I loved, is dying. But equally, that same daddy has made you this person that, like, cannot be vulnerable with your husband. So you've now got all these walls up. That means you guys can never connect. You're now stuck in this marriage with this guy because you're having a baby with him, because deep down you love him, but also you hate him.
That's the crazy part, because I think when I go in a couple of episodes forward where they decide to kind of almost reconcile. There's a period where they reconcile. Maybe it's before the election results.
Yeah. It's the same episode.
Yeah, so they try to reconcile. They sleep together again.
Everything seems good.
Everything seems cool, chill. Then she renounces that she's pregnant after that massive argument. And then again, she reaches out to him. I think it's like one of the last episode of the episode before.
I like you.
I was like, are you sure? Are you 100% sure that you want a divorce? Because I think he was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm ready to cut. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, why are you even giving him this lifeline? You don't want him unless you feel, because you are pregnant, that, I need this support, or the idea of him leaving you when you're not the person who's able to make that decision is more of an ego boost than anything else.
That's interesting, because I think I read that as deep down
that she loves him.
As in the rawest version of Shiv.
Yeah.
Not this one who's lived Shiv's actual real life. So not the real Shiv. The version of Shiv she wants to be loves Tom.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe
the version of Shiv that she wants to be loves Tom.
Yeah.
Right? So in this moment, she's like, let's make this work. You're right. The other things in the back of your mind is, we're about to have a child. Yeah. All of that stuff is factoring in. But, like, the version of me I want to be is the one who has a child with her husband. And when they do the architecture digest, they come into our home.
Yeah.
And they see our family, and they see what we've built.
Yeah.
The Shiv that she is, though, is not that person. No. So the Shiv that she is the one actively making it not happen.
Yeah.
Because she can't help herself. She has to be cunty to him.
Yeah.
Because the Shiv that she has been taught, like, you need to be like a man in these situations. You need to be brutish. You need to be cold. You need to be standoffish. You need to be telling him, I can do better than you, blah, blah, blah. It's not the sad... And that's, I think, why I resonate with Shiv so much more this season, is, like, you're seeing the fruits of the labour of someone who's just desperately trying to win a man's game.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter what you do, you're never going to be them. Yeah, they're not going to see.
Because those moments where you have Roman and Roman and Kendall, like, saying, we're going to be co-CEOs. So yeah, for adding more story to it, once Logan dies, they have to agree who will take on the kind of temporary CEO roles to push the Madsen and Gojo?
Yeah.
The Gojo deal forward. And so Kendall and Roman were saying, okay, we will do it because, at one point you were kind of going to be like a CEO, and Roman was a COO, so they can do it. And they completely forgot Shiv's experience.
Business together.
Yeah. That was the whole thing.
Parts.
On the equal partners all together. And then now, Shiv was no longer part of the conversation. They just said, we'll keep her updated. We'll keep her across.
And they weren't even keeping her updated.
No. And that's when she started to see that the two of them are having conversations. Even Kendall was ready to start doing his own side conversations with other people to get to actually destroy the Madsen deal. That's when we realised No one is in it for the family.
No.
Everyone is in it for themselves.
Yeah.
And Shiv is unfortunately going to be the casualty because she's at the bottom of the rung. Like, no
Yeah.
one cares.
I think this season they really
Bar
tried
Connor.
to present Shiv as this antagonist, as this bitch, but I was like,
No.
if you've been frozen out of a deal, where they're the worst thing is they're telling you, don't worry, once we win power,
Yeah, we'll come back.
you've already iced me out. Why are you going to give me power once you've got it?
They were never going to do it.
Please be for real.
And so when Shiv turns around when it comes to the vote to ultimately end the deal or to either proceed with the deal with Madsen or to
let
end
Kendall
or
be.
the CEO and let him proceed, that's when you see this moment of doubt and Shiv saying, I need to leave the room in this boardroom. And that's to me one of the pinnacle points of this whole series.
I was so like, so after the scene with the siblings, because it was like midway through the episode, I was like, I really want this to be the energy that we see the series now, but there's no way this is going to be what it is. But in that moment, I was like, I'm living it. They're going to make it to the end.
Same.
When Shiv says, I need to leave the room, I said, right, it's over.
Oh, I thought that Kendall was going to talk her off the ledge.
I said, it's over. I said, it's over because why would you, in a writing terms, right? Why would you write a fake out here?
Yeah,
You wouldn't do that. This has to be something. And you're right, maybe Kendall might have been able to turn her around, but we know Kendall.
Yeah.
So we know at the end of the day, up against it, what Shiv wants is a reassurance that this is going to work out in their favour. And as soon as Kendall walks in the room, he says, I deserve this, give it to me.
Yeah.
And that's when she was like, I made the right decision.
No, it's true. I mean, perfectly honest, it was crazy that boardroom moment was nuts. 'Cause I really thought he was going to like stand there and really defend like, this is the business we want to create. This is the vision we have. We're going to be there as a family. I thought there was going to be more of a speech apart from, I'm here. You know the deal. Let's just do it, kind of thing. I thought there'd be a lot more to it. And when, it was, to me, I thought, oh, is this supposed to be like a comedic bit? But I realized this is Kendall. And he actually he's believing in the Kool-Aid, and he's so close to the finishing line of something that he's wanted his whole life.
I found that scene so interesting though, because like Shiv has flip-flopped this whole season, and it makes sense that she would be the one to flip-flop at the end.
Yeah.
Roman has completely lost any resolve after the funeral, so he's just there. Really.
Yeah.
In fact, he removed himself completely from the thing, and both of them went to see him initially to try and win him over to their side.
That's true. Yeah.
With Shiv and Kendall, if he had evolved enough, like if he's really ready for this, he would know what she needs right now is reassurance. Instead, he went there and he said, "Give it to me."
Yeah, it's true.
I deserve it. Give it to me. I need it.
There was always this weird dynamic between Kendall and Shiv. Like it's like the older and the younger. The competition between the older birthright and then the younger, probably more dynamic leader if given the opportunity.
Yeah, he doesn't think that birthright means anything, right? It doesn't mean anything.
Again, when this guy starts shouting, I'm the oldest boy, when he's not.
I think that the other thing about Kendall and Shiv is that like Shiv isn't afraid to say to Kendall, you aren't fit for this.
Yeah.
Right?
Which she does, yeah.
No one else will say it to him. Roman won't say it to him.
Yeah.
You know, Connor won't say it to him. Even Logan will be like, you're not ready at most. But Shiv is the only one who's going to say, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You don't deserve this.
No.
It's not a matter of time. I just don't think this is for you. And I think that's the issue between them. But it was actually genuinely heartbreaking in the scene where they're waiting for the results from the election to come in, when he asks her to call the guy that she worked for when she was working politics. It's like putting a good word and she doesn't. And then he calls him and he's like, Shiv never called us. And he realises, and before that he'd opened himself to her to be like, I don't know if we're making the right decision. Like, tell me, are we making the right decision? My kids are scared. My ex-wife is worried. I don't want to make a decision tonight that like makes their lives worse, but equally I want to win the deal, so what do I do? Like, I'm conflicted. And she's like, well, do whatever you feel fit. And he thinks he's had this, like, really bonding moment with his sister when really she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because she's focused on what she wants.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest, up until this point, I've not really cared for Shiv. I found her kind of annoying. Yeah. But this season, I really was with her in this idea of, like, if you're going to shut me out, I'm going to try and create a space for myself.
Yeah.
And the really sad thing is, you shut me out. And then the guy that I sold you guys out for is shutting me out.
Yeah, that
because
was sad.
fundamentally, as a woman, I don't get a say.
Yeah.
And in the end, my victory is that I stay with my husband who's stolen this victory from you guys. So I didn't win.
No, not at all.
When Tom puts his hand out and she puts her hand on, like, not even in his, and
It's
like,
just put on
it's
top.
just on top.
You can tell, like, I'm just gonna be here just for the
Shiv.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I was for Shiv around the time of the fact that she was being iced out by the brothers. I felt sorry for her. I understood and I could relate to the whole idea of being a woman in business. When she betrayed them with the Madsen stuff and the politician friend, I was like, why are you then breaking the brotherhood?
Damn.
Like, I was.
No, I agree.
I was drinking the Kool-Aid. Like,
family weird.
yeah, come on, let's do it. And then she was all friendly, like, yeah. And then the final flip, the final Uno switch, I was like, I was still for Kendall. I felt sorry for Kendall, which is bad because I know he's not.
At the point where they decided it was going to be Kendall, I was like, okay, so it's Kendall.
Yeah.
So when she gets up and she's like, I need a minute, I'm like, why are you fucking this up?
Yeah, that's why I was getting frustrated by her. I was like, what is this?
We all decided.
Yeah. But then it's one of those weird things. When she said no, they will go to the separate boardroom and then have the debate, and I think the debate of the season or the episode where, you know, Kendall's like, why don't you just say yes? Just say yes. And he gets angry. Then that's when I flipped to Shiv and I'm like, maybe you have a point.
I mean,
like,
Shiv is dead right in a really basic sense.
Kendall would not be able to do this.
It can't be you because you killed someone. Because, but in a really, it's really sad, but you become CEO of this company, people are going to start digging into you.
True.
They're going to find out about the murder and we're fucked.
Yeah.
So it can't be you.
Yeah, sure.
Because you've got skeletons in your closet. Yeah. It would make more sense if it went to someone else. Like, Shiv doesn't have any skeletons in her closet.
Even Roman has, like, Roman is Dodge.
Jerry.
Oh, Dodge. Grooming. It was giving me grooming vibe even if Jerry wasn't part of the official grooming, but yeah, it was just odd.
It was absolutely giving. If she's completely right. We are a media company, and what sense does it make to elect someone we know that if the media dig into them is going to fuck the whole thing?
100%.
But it doesn't matter about the media thing. Like, I think the thing about Shiv, I feel, maybe why I warmed to her this season is like business sense.
Yeah.
This makes business sense.
Yeah.
And Roman and Kendall are operating out of an emotion.
Yeah.
Roman out of the, like, we need to make Dad proud, and Kendall out of the, this is my birthright.
Yeah.
And Shiv is the only one, well, maybe you could say she's operating out of that underdog narrative, which is no one believes in me, so give it to me. But she's also the only one who's like, we are making decisions right now that we will have to pay for in the future. So, it currently feels like I'm the only person saying that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Should we talk about Tom? I feel like
we have to talk about Tom, yeah.
I mean,
we can talk about Greg. All I have to say with Tom is, like, he stole the throne.
Tom's journey across this show, it's worth watching this show just to see Tom's evolution, because I really thought Tom was at the bottom of the rung until last season. And then he just shot up. And I bet when I rewatch this, I'll realise that Tom was actually probably on the up and up sooner than I thought.
It's funny, again, back into Succession TikTok, there's a scene, I think from one of the early seasons, maybe season 1 or season 2, and they were talking, the family was chatting about, like, who should get the throne? Like, who should be the next successor? And they were joking and they said, oh, what about Tom? Like, Shiv is like, oh, what about Tom? And they're all across the table, all the family, including Logan and Greg and Kendall, etc. And she suggests Tom as a joke. Now, 4 years later...
Bore on the floor is now the king of the whole company.
Exactly. So, the fact that he took it, that was a shock to me. Honestly, I was like, how? And it's so tactical. And it's basically...
He's been saying from the beginning, I'm here for who's going to give me the biggest payout.
And the thing is very clear, like, but it shows you how business works. If you're willing to kiss the right ass, you get to where you need to be.
I think what they did with
You'll
Tom
get the pass.
and Greg, which is why that twist feels so powerful is that they're the comedic relief for so many of the seasons. Like even this season, there is a great moment this season on election night where, for some reason, Greg, who has been Tom's assistant for a long time, has suddenly stepped into his own and he's fucking around NYC. I don't like Greg this season, but it is what it is. On election night, Tom is like, you need to I need to reinstate you as an assistant, essentially, and you need to go get my dinner or whatever, and also get me some cocaine. So there's a weird, there is a stupid beat, a funny beat where Tom's doing cocaine, but the expert on elections and Tom are having dinner together.
Yeah.
And he wipes his eyes or something. I can't remember how it happens. Basically, he ends up getting wasabi in his eyes. And he's freaking out. And Tom's like, oh, get him some water. And Greg is like, have some LaCroix. It's lemon flavoured. And they're like, don't give it to him. He's going to get lemon in his eyes. It's like, it's lemon flavoured, but it's just water. The two of them are just comedic beats. They are the comedy. If you don't find anything else in Succession funny, if you don't find the one-liners funny, if you don't find Roman funny, Greg and Tom are the comedic highlight of the season. So to watch them ascend in the way that they have, you're just like, how the fuck you've elected the court jesters to power.
It's true. I mean, that being said, Greg was touch and go because basically, final episode, we get to...
He tries to do a bit of a double cross.
Exactly, because Greg is the cousin of all the family.
His granddad... He's not really a cousin. His granddad is Logan's brother. So he's their second cousin.
Yeah. But because of his loose connection to the siblings, he's always seen as an afterthought. He's always teased about his comments.
It goes Connor then Greg.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then Tom.
Yeah.
No, it goes Connor, Tom, and then Greg. Let's be for real. Greg is right on the outside.
Yeah. No, no one really cared about Greg. But when he came back and he could see that the Matsson deal and Matsson was going to turn on Shiv, he decided to tell Kendall, Roman, and Shiv, like, look, this guy is not being all kosher. He may be a cute Swedish guy, but, you know.
Who said he was cute?
I did. Me personally, not Greg. But either way.
Because I never said that.
No, I did. I think he's cute. Alex Skarsgård.
Alexander Skarsgård is in the Poker Face video. That's all I
Oh, yeah.
And when it comes to Scandinavian men, I'm a Mads Mikkelsen girl, sorry.
What's Mads Mikkelsen?
He's in Bitch Better Have My Money video. For some reason, a bunch of Scandinavian guys are in a bunch of music videos.
What is it with the Scandi guys?
He's also in Hannibal. Huh?
What? Mikkel what?
Mads, M-A-D-S.
Mads
Mikkel, M-I-K-K.
I mean, how old is he?
Zaddy.
76 years old.
76?
No, 57.
Fuck.
If he was 76,
could be my
if he was 76, yeah, for real. But anyway, back to Greg.
He was in a Rihanna video, so you know he's hot. Rihanna chose him.
Yeah, she. What? Yeah.
And he has a really great bit where he's like, I was in the Rihanna music video, and then my children were like, he did the video.
Yeah.
And his kids were like, you were in a Rihanna video? And he's like, who is that? He didn't even know.
Foolishness.
He didn't know how famous she was. He thought he just did a random music video and was like, anyway.
But either way, with Greg, I think he had his moments to shine. And then once...
Tell the truth, you want to go on a date with Nicholas Braun. Look at that. Silence is golden. That silence says everything you need to know.
Do you know what? I've not looked at Nicholas Braun the same way since we did the pairing, and Jessica James was the perfect pair with him.
Brilliant.
And I was thinking, and actually, before then, I also did think he was quite a good-looking guy. Minus, I was taking off a few inches off him.
Oh, you think he's too tall?
I think he's too tall.
Damn.
But I think he's got a nerdy
which you love.
Yeah.
And he's white.
Anywho, the thing about Greg, which was funny in this season, especially towards the end, is that, we never thought that he could turn away from him. Because him and Tom have always been together, like, thick as thieves, and, you know,
Their
Tweedledee and
relationship is toxic.
it is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Even though Tom was abusing him when he was throwing water bottles at Greg.
Yeah, when he was nah.
No,
Their relationship is abusive.
Yeah. Because Tom was like, the way that Shiv saw Tom was how Tom saw Greg.
Yes.
I could control you.
Greg got the brunt of how Tom felt in his relationship.
100%.
Sure.
100%. So when
It's a punching bag.
yeah, so when
Did
Greg
they kiss before?
no.
They need to, I think.
He may have wanted to, but I don't know who would want to do more. Greg, but yeah.
Tom.
It-
Tom wants to kiss
but
Greg.
when Tom found out that Greg literally betrayed him by telling the siblings about the deal, Madsen's deal, and Madsen planned to make Tom CEO, I was like, you know what, Greg is done.
Greg said family first.
Family first, but I was like, Greg is done. Tom is gonna fire him. And then the guy was like, no, but you've been loyal to me. I think he's gonna
Yeah, no, at first he's like, you farted.
Yeah,
It's over.
he's
for
over.
you. In a universe where Tom didn't win, it would have been the end for him and Greg.
Yeah.
But he did win, and he said, Papa wants you back.
But I think also it's because he knew that he has someone that will be in his corner.
Also, the two of them are obsessed with each other.
It's
so I
kind of
don't know.
crazy.
He knew he was not going to hire another assistant who's going to do
No,
what Greg is willing
true.
to do.
But that means Greg will never, he will never ascend or ascend. No, he will always be an assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always going to be a cousin.
Yeah, true. And also there's a key thing. I feel like if this season ever had a season 5, I think he would have been fired.
Oh,
So later,
Greg?
yeah, later down the line.
I think that Gojo liked Greg more than they liked Tom.
Yeah, I do.
Because the problem with Tom is he's the husband of the boy I'm trying to have sex with.
Yeah.
He always will be.
I think if they could have had their way, I think the sneakiest twist could have been if Greg took it.
Yeah, we weren't going to give it to Greg. He's stupid.
No,
and he never did
I
anything.
know.
And he wasn't even going to get in trouble for the cruises.
And oh,
Do you remember how the cruises was such a big story?
oh my gosh, yes.
I often think, every business has a cruise
Oh yeah, everyone
story that
that's
would
hidden. Yeah.
completely destroy
Oh
that
yeah,
company. if that became
100%,
out.
100%.
I have a really crass question to ask.
Go on.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Um,
Guys from Succession. You can pick.
Oh, don't let me do that.
You go first.
It's really hard. I'm so
I bet Tom is really good in bed.
That's what I'm really saying. I'm trying to decide who.
I bet Tom is
I
great
think.
in
I mean, the
bed.
marry. I think is gonna be Greg. I'm tossing between. Oh, wrong choice of words. But I'm really between like Tom and Roman because I think Roman will be funny.
I'm shocked.
I'm not doing Kendall. Kendall, I think, is a bit too unhinged for me.
Nah,
Like deep
that's
down
bad.
unhinged.
That's
I
bad
just think.
You bet.
Oh, you gonna say Logan? Be for
I mean,
real.
Logan is in the
Actually,
running.
I mean,
haven't
actually,
made
you know
my
what?
decision yet.
The amount of women he was getting, the amount of women that was crying at his funeral.
Kerry grinning at the, when he was dying.
Oh my gosh.
Bobo the clown.
Bobo the absolute clown. It's
The
hard.
show is,
Oh,
I mean,
it's
the
actually
show
messed up. It's actually
always
messed-
struck such a great balance between
It's
something
so-
serious and something just like
So messed up.
funny. Why
Okay.
is she smiling like that?
Yeah. Okay. If I be perfectly
Tell
honest,
the truth. Fuck. Who's fuck? Tell the truth. I'm gonna
I
3, 2, 1. You have to say answer.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Roman,
Marry. 3,
Greg.
2, kill. 3, 2, 1.
Kendall.
Damn.
Who are you gonna do?
Oh, this is a hard one.
All right.
I'm fucking Tom.
Okay.
I'm killing. Oh, I think I'm killing Kendall.
Ooh.
I know. I just think.
You were both killing
he needs
Kendall.
a break.
You need a break,
He
yeah,
needs a
fam.
break.
This is what he actually wanted.
And I'm marrying Logan.
You know what? Why not? You're gonna make the money.
Literally. Imagine fucking
No,
the
I'm
father-in-law of
No.
fucking the son-in-law of the man that you're married to.
No. The thing is, I was so close to be doing Tom.
Oh, I changed my mind.
I think Tom is with a shorty. Yeah, go on.
I've changed my mind.
Go on.
Oh, it's hard. It's between Tom and the Stewie or Stewie. Is his name Stewie?
Or the old guy
No,
that's buddies with Logan.
No, the guy who they're like, we can get Stewie on board in that final episode.
Oh wait, why didn't we not be able to pick Alexander Skarsgård?
You can pick who you want. I haven't told you.
sorry.
Who I said the whole of the show.
100% fuck Alexander Skarsgård.
Then who you marrying? Then
Greg.
who you killing?
Kendall. Actually, Kendall.
I
Sorry.
think I'm married Stewie.
Oh, Stewie.
I think I'm married
The boy.
Stewie.
Yeah, I think he's actually a good time.
I think
He's
we would
yeah.
make a very handsome
Yeah,
family.
yeah, I think you would. Yeah, yeah.
And every board meeting, it's gonna be like, "Do you want to have sex, Tom?"
I just think the Tom.
Anyway, I'm going home with my husband.
The Tom.
Stewie.
Actually, how tall is Tom in real
I'm
life?
telling you, Tom is blowing Shiv's back out. That's why she can't get rid of him.
It's so true.
Because otherwise, she would have got rid of him. She
Oh,
would have got rid of him.
Hi. Sorry. What's 1.91 in meters?
Ooh, big boy.
That's Matthew
6 foot
McFadden.
at least.
1.91.
But he looks it.
Do you think he's gonna be short boy? He's 6'3".
I told you.
Oh,
he
I'm
looks
going to
it.
take it back.
I told you he looks it.
Oh,
That's why they
wait.
put him in the scenes with Greg, because no one else could be next to him.
No, it's
without
true.
looking like a little baby.
I just don't think he's like.
That's why Roman and Greg are never in the scene together.
Yeah, true. It's like, yeah, because Rome is 1.7. I know it's not that. It's not that
He's
short.
5'9". That's
Actually,
my height.
Kieran is actually wait. Maybe
He's taller than me. He's like 5'10".
yeah, but still, and Kieran is short. He's like my height.
Logan is 4 centimeters taller than me. I'm 170.
Yeah. Maybe I was wrong. Actually, Alexandra Skarsgård, hands down.
1.4. I'm joking.
1.94.
I'm putting out there.
Would you not do Connor? No,
I'd marry Connor. I think.
Yeah, Connor-
He would take good care of you.
No, but I still think he'd be a bit dickish. It runs in the family.
No, I think he would take good, because he's. I think the issue with Connor is that he knows that.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he married her on the day that his dad died, because he was scared that she
Yeah.
would go away otherwise.
Yeah, true.
He's so
Yeah.
desperate to be loved. You don't have to do much for Connor, do you? Because that girl, he did not like him.
No,
and
she
we
did
knew
not.
that.
Oh, absolutely not. My favorite thing is the. It's
What's
not
her
even.
name?
Not
Lila?
even.
Lila?
I don't know. The wake.
Find out her name, because it's stuck. I know it's Ella.
The funniest thing is the wake. Oh no, IMDb.
No, just do the cast. She'll be
I
there.
tried-
She's in like every episode.
But I felt there's a. Why not? Like, is that
No, that's Jerry. Carolina.
Willa,
Willa.
yeah.
Willa, yeah, it's
Yeah,
Willa.
Willa.
Told you it was Ella.
Like Nicholas Braun looks great in that picture.
What picture? Ugh. He doesn't look like every day. Come on, be for real. Also, I've decided Jeremy Strong only looks good with like a buzz cut.
I don't know.
I saw a picture of him in another film where he has long hair, and I was like, this isn't doing anything for me.
He has to be like bold.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about the buzz cut on him that I'm like, intriguing.
No, I don't.
Intriguing.
I just
he
think
looks
of him.
unhinged.
I just think when he's like rapping.
No, look.
Oh, he looks
better
great.
with short hair. He does.
No, this year.
Yeah, he looks good with short
Yeah, I
hair.
agree,
That's what I
agree.
mean. The
Wait, let me see long hair. Right, we're here. Ooh.
See? It ain't working, bro.
No,
It ain't
it's
working.
not. But maybe he needs to do a few more of this to kind of like distinguish
Nah,
himself.
I think
from
he's
the-
buzz cut. You're right. The thing is, short hair now, he's always going to look like
yeah,
Kendall. He
That's
can't
the
help
thing,
that.
That's the thing. And
Unless he dyes his
face.
hair like...
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
We just look like Jeremy Strong when he was younger.
Okay.
Dark hair, like the salt and pepper is not actually working for him. The dark hair, dark eyes. He's 44. Interesting.
He's not even that old.
No, but family's looking real.
He's not even old enough to be your dad. He could be your husband, no?
A bit too old. Anywho, we're gonna move on.
I think we've covered.
I think we've
everything
covered
that needs to be covered.
everything. Let's just
What's
say
your favourite episode? You said episode 1-5.
season one,
Season
episode
1,
5 is just more because at work, again, as we talk about, we're in the industry. At work, it was very much talked about that this is a show you need to watch, you need to love. The last time they did that as well was Normal People, and that was a flop. But this one, when I say they were like, you need to watch Succession, is amazing. I watched episode 1, not feeling it. Episode 2, still confused. 3, I was like, blur. 4, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. 5, I switched. I said, oh, I see it.
God.
I see it. I get it. And because again, we're working in the industry, it was all kind of connecting. And also I was starting to take the show as what it was, a comedy.
I think
The drama.
that one thing I love about this show is that the story is, the character is so complex. Like, they're so deep. I mean, again, the story is heightened, but I mean, the situation they're in is heightened. But even though you know the characters,
Yeah.
what they do in every scene, you cannot guess
No.
what they're willing to do. So I just want to say, thank you to the cast of Succession for giving
Yeah.
us something that, like, week on week made us be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Thank you to Jesse Armstrong and the writing team for just writing a show that like completely believed in its characters and was completely character led in that sense. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I talk about Succession to people, whenever people reference it, I'm like, nothing happens.
No, it's so ridiculous.
In the earlier seasons, the entire episode would be the lead up to a board meeting.
Yeah.
Nothing happens,
Yeah.
but somehow everything happens. So enough. Sorry, Shana just looking at pictures of Jeremy Strong. Enough now.
I feel like I want to change my answer from killing Kendall.
I just say also Logan plays Agamemnon in Troy, which is the sexiest film I've ever seen. So
Well, Logan.
the film is sexy. Brad Pitt
Oh, I'm
plays
so again. Unfortunately, I've still not seen it.
Achilles, and he's so hot in that film, and also Orlando Bloom's in it, and he's not hot in comparison to Brad Pitt, who was so hot, which is crazy because that was back when Orlando Bloom was hot. It's a mad fuck. And Matt, what's his name? Matt. Oh, what's that man's name? I can't remember. He also looks good in it.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just looking at Brad Pitt and Troy.
No, go to the cast for a second.
Troy. All. Oh, Eric Bana. Oh, Eric Bana, 100%. Yes,
He's in it.
yes,
And
yes.
Again, not nearly as hot as Brad Pitt in that film.
I
is
don't know.
fucking
I'm sorry. Eric Bana is
gorgeous.
Eric Bana is hot. I don't see it with Brad Pitt in this. Brad Pitt now.
Watch the film.
Brad Pitt when he's older, I'm like,
what we've
therefore.
learned from these Love Island pics is the pictures don't do it justice. Watch the film. I stand by it. Watch the film and tell me that you wouldn't be like, ooh.
I wouldn't be at the bar going, are you in the queue?
If I went to the bar and Brad Pitt from Troy was at the bar, again, I'm saying what I said. See, this is why my life works. You're loving my life.
No, I'm so sorry. It's just too forward. Are you in the queue is something that is worthwhile
No,
as a
exactly. And that's
conversation
because
starter.
you're here trying to make friends. I'm here trying to
No,
find the love of my life, so I need to get to the point. Are you the love of my life or no? Let's get to the point.
Oh, okay.
What we give this Succession?
I think it's up there. It's one of the strongest things I've watched
What
this
are you
year.
giving it? Don't be doing
Don't
stories.
shut up. 4.5 out of 5.
Wow.
4.5 out of 5. What are you gonna give it?
Oh.
Wait, you did it. I'm in an R ring. Give it a number, Jerry.
5.
You're gonna give it 4.5.
And the entire series?
Entire series, yeah.
Honestly,
See, 1 to 5. Series, 1 to 4.
I'm gonna give it 5. Most shows get worse over time. It got better.
I agree.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
give
a
it
very
5.
good point. That's a very good point.
Give it a 5.
I feel like the story's built each season.
And as a TV person, I don't think I'm gonna ever hear the end of Succession as a reference for TV shows.
Absolutely not.
And when you made a show, other people reference for years to come.
Yeah. You
I talk about Mad Men every week.
I don't. Yeah, never got into Mad Men.
I talk about Mad Men every week, and I feel like I'll be talking about Succession
Yeah.
every week until
I was. Yeah.
I make my show.
I was watching like an actors on actors like compilation. I think it was
it the
with
one
Variety. No, they were asking all these actors, what show would you want to be
Who were the
on?
actors?
It really ranged from like
Were they men or women?
women. It was
They
actually
don't
women.
usually, they don't mix them up.
Yeah.
Variety's very sexist in that regard.
Yeah,
They put
but
the girls together, they put the boys together.
yeah, but they did say which show would you want to be on?
But Jeremy Allen, what's his name from?
From the Bear,
Yeah,
Jeremy Allen White.
and the woman from the White Lotus,
Oh, Megan Fahey.
the big one, Jennifer Coolidge.
They had the
They're
chat.
doing their
Oh, I kind of want to watch that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so. I don't know. It'd be so odd,
I've
but
been listening to both the White Lotus soundtrack and the Succession soundtrack.
no.
I miss the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say like with every actor on that show wanted to be on Succession.
Of course.
Even the black lady. That I was like, there
What,
was
from
no.
Abbott Elementary?
It wasn't a,
Kerry Washington?
No, it wasn't Kerry Washington. It was what's her face?
From what?
Niecy Nash.
From what?
She was Niecy Nash.
Sorry.
She's on
American
Never.
Horror Story?
Yeah, and also Never Have I Ever and
Oh.
a couple of other shows. But everyone said they wanted to be. That was the show.
I will say that, actually, the only drawback, maybe I should give it a 4.5.
The diversity.
Lack of...
Absolutely. When they had what's her face, Sanaa Lathan, for jokes, for banter.
Do you know what was heartbreaking?
What?
Jess,
Just who?
Kendall's assistant from season 1 until the end. The only woman of basically. The only
Oh
woman
my
of
gosh,
when
yes.
she quits her job at the funeral and he's
Yeah.
like, "You're
I
making a
can't-
huge mistake."
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh God.
Jess,
Yeah.
you're flying the flag.
It's one of those. It's actually quite scary that the.
I don't think Americans even had Jesses.
Yeah.
I feel like they had Jessies.
Yeah, but you know.
Jess doesn't sound like an American name at all.
No.
That's what I mean. Her name
No.
should have been Jessa.
No. Girls.
Girl.
But I feel like it's weird.
Stewie.
Most shows,
The diversity of that show was Stewie
Yeah,
and Jess.
most shows, I
Love
I-
are white.
expect to see diversity, and it's weird because with this show,
It
yes,
doesn't bother you.
there was no
Yeah.
diversity, but it's not like I needed it. Maybe again, going back to the whole idea that is reflecting the media world, and if you walk in some of our offices, you can pick us out.
Drag them.
What? It's not even drag. It's the truth.
They're backing you.
Yo,
That's why I said
fab.
drag
Yeah. Continue to drag. I'll continue to drag them.
Drag them.
I'll happily do that. So for me, it was a reflection of the industry that I see today.
Drag it.
With however many conversations I have about DNI, it is still not diverse.
Drag them.
So for real, it's a shame that this wasn't diverse. But again, the show is very authentic to what it is.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
So done.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. What are we doing next week?
Next week we are doing Queer Ultimatum.
Yes, we are.
Because
Yeah.
it's Pride Month, babies.
So yeah, we're gonna be watching.
Wave your flags. Wave it around. It's Pride Month.
Have you ever been to Pride?
Yeah.
Have you?
Not on purpose.
Oh, just walked in.
When I was a kid, for some reason, back when I was going Oxford Street quite regularly,
Yeah.
because that's what you did when you were younger.
Yeah.
I often went
Oh.
at the same time that the parade was on.
No.
But I have been on purpose as well,
Okay.
and I'll be going this year on purpose
Fab.
because I'm here to wave the flag as a proud queer. Hey!
All right, girl. No, so we are gonna watch the second season of The Ultimatum,
We were watching the first season of Queer Ultimatum.
but also the second season.
It's the first season of Queer Ultimatum.
Great. So we're gonna. No, we're gonna watch The Ultimatum. The Ultimatum. If you watch the first season,
We didn't review that on the
we
show.
didn't review it, and if you watch the France version,
We didn't review that on the
you
show.
know it's a messy show.
I'm telling you, girlies, you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. All right then. Well, this has been a long one, but we told you and we promised you a deep dive into Succession, and now we must succeed off this
Singing
podcast.
the Succession outro.
Dun,
Dun,
Gosh. So also I was coming from a different point. Because also, can we also rate the music throughout the whole show?
Nicholas Britell,
The consistency,
you ate.
the changes in the sound, the score,
Ate.
and it was still the same chords.
Do you know what I was thinking
but just
about?
different moments, different dynamics.
The promo to Succession
Yeah.
is the promo that Kendall would have made if Kendall made the... Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Kendall, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot
Kendall did a rap, and
He did.
I was gonna say it's one of my favorite episodes.
Yes, Kendall did
his
the
rap
rap.
on his birthday.
That rap sometimes just stays stuck in the head. You know, it's just they're stuck in my mind.
Yeah, and what I would say is the only drawback of Succession is they didn't let Kendall be black. He was desperate to be black.
So much. So why didn't they make his wife black?
Why didn't they support Kendall in his journey to be black? It's not fair.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wonder what will be the next Succession. What will succeed Succession?
Edel.
I don't think that's gonna
No,
happen.
I just could be awful, but
I
maybe
think-
we'll talk about it.
We may, yeah. So yeah, anyway, this has been Succession, and this has also been Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana.
And Marnie Roy. That's right, I did marry Logan. I know I said I wasn't going to, I said I was going to marry Stu, but I've changed my mind. I want to be sat front row at the funeral with the other girlies who have all bedded Logan Roy.
Oh my god. I'll stick with Greg.
Yeah, you ain't going to make a penny.
I'll be making 2 children.
Damn. She said Logan's sperm is in what's the word? What's the word?
I have no idea.
When you're not infertile. Yeah, it is infertile, but there's another word. He's in not,
Sarah?
I want to say incompetent, but not that.
No, it's
In anyway, Logan can still fart.
yeah.
And I don't hear anyone say anything
Impotent.
back. Yes.
Yeah.
Logan's sperm is impotent.
No, I'm sorry. I'll take Greg any day of the week. I'm throwing Tom. I'm throwing Alessandra Skarsgård. So
Alessandra now.
what's his name? Alexander.
Alessandra.
No, I mean Alexander. Okay. Throw him in too.
Anyway,
Let's
go.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. We love you, but you're not serious people.